Harvey. McKernan starts in the goal square for the Kangas. The Blues kick to the left of screen here. Going to find out a bit tonight, you'd reckon, about both these teams and where they're at. Burton's first tap. Shannon Grant has really been stung in the last fortnight into some great form ball up.
Well, if that's anything to go by, and we just spread back on the shot there. Have a look at this. They're going to turn it into a scrap for the first quarter. Byron Pickett in there, and Chris Massey going to him. Byron Pickett's in there to mix it up in the first quarter, win a hard ball or two out of there.
McKay loose across half-back on his own at the moment for the Blues. Ratton searching for the ball. Stevens gets over the top of him and gives away a free kick.
Nigel Lappin starting on the half-forward flank further out of screen as expected. David King, the unlikely backman on him. He's on a lead now.
That's what was up ahead. Lappin did get a push in the back. King, handball, just searching handball, and it found Simpson in the end, who goes towards centre wing. Stevens running really hard, couldn't keep it in. Ratton with him. Couple of terrific hard nuts there.
Well, two great midfielders, Bruce, Ratton and Stevens, and both of them the highest possession getters for their club so far this year.
Rawlings, McLaren, Jones and Watt on the interchange for the Kangas.
I reckon McLaren's been a great find for them this year. He's played some good footy since he's come in.
Played the last 3 weeks. Grant's kick to a half forward. Front spot there was Clayton and a boundary throw-in. There's Cooter in sparkling form over the last month. And Mansfield, Houlihan, Houghton and Deering interchange for the Blues.
And Colbert picking up Kutafides here, Bruce. As the umpire speaks to the boys about calming down here.
Young Brendan Favola at full forward on Glenn Archer. He'll know what AFL's all about after tonight's game.
That's a good learning curve, that one.
Well, Stephen Kernahan talked to Andrew Marr about being terrorised, didn't he, their forwards by the defence over the years. Here's King, David King. What a footballer he's turned out to be. Franchina, the only one really going there. So disappointing result for the Kangaroos. They've had it to half forward a couple of times. Beaumont is kicked to half forward now for the Blues. Gee, Lappin, pretty good effort. Not paid. Out from Whitnall. Hume. Squeezy kick, not bad to Favola. Oh, Archer did well. Second grab couldn't take it. Favola. Silvani. Still with Silvani. Testimonial weekend for Sauce here. He'd love to play a big one and they'd love to win for him.
And just in that little passage of play there, Bruce, the umpire could have given 2 or 3 free kicks. He didn't pay any. Let's hope they continue with that consistency throughout. Don't give a free kick unless it's well and truly earned. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Shannon Grant on Scott Camporeale.
They've both been on the receiving end of hard taggers over the over the last 3 or 4 years, haven't they?
Look at King with his back to the ball here, looking at Lappin.
Bradley and Stevens tucking it up, ball out. Bradley slaps back to Blakey. So a couple of the old fellas together there, Bradley and Blakey. Kutafides brilliantly to Camporeale. Quickly goes to about 20 metres. Favola front spot. Archer, cleverly done, goes to ground. He's going to have to dish it out or else he's in trouble. Play on, good call I reckon, and Blakey comes away at half-back, a bounce, decides to take them on, back it comes to Cochrane, back to Stevens, Stevens to half-forward, well played Beaumont at the back of Lang, ball comes out, Manton with a bit of time, centering kick, King comes in, brilliant hands, absolutely came from nowhere there to take it, he started well. Goes wide. They haven't been able to get a mark here. Franchina, free kick.
And Franchina, he has the tagging job on Brett Harvey.
The Sultan of Sledge, they called David King this morning, didn't they?
He's good.
They say that you took a shine to him, Dermot.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Oh, good kid. Good bloke. He's an experienced veteran now, but does a lot for your team, no matter where he's playing. Whitnall on the lead.
From Freeborn. McCartney, good grab.
Poor kick that. He made Whitnall stop in his tracks, and the man chasing behind there, McCartney, on that occasion is always in the better position if the kick is poor like that.
Up and under, Burton in the front spot. A couple of flies from the back, including Porter. Freeborn tries to get it out. Christou can't get it away. Slapped forward by Cochrane with a kick. Byron Pickett, cleverly done to Clayton. Only has to stand up to kick a goal, and he has, and the Kangas get the first. Pickett was clever.
He was clever, Byron Pickett. He knew he couldn't pick up the footy, so he just tapped it into the middle corridor. Clayton coming through. Clayton reads the play extremely well.
It's been a sloppy, untidy start, I reckon, for both teams, don't you?
Well, Dipper reckons it's pretty greasy down there, and just even the way the ball's skimming across the grass there. Something you've got to sum up at where the ball is at any occasion, rather than just attack it ferociously. You make an error, it'll cost you if it gets underneath you and behind you.
Clayton's opening goal. Terrific play by Pickett.
Summed it up well, didn't he?
He sure did. Burton just gets over Porter again. With Primus out of the comp, probably King and Porter are the two in-form big men standing up at the moment.
Well, Porter's been in terrific form. His best asset is his ruck work here, because he really does go hard at the football. He doesn't worry too much about his opponent. He's just honest in his approach at the ball.
There's a blue on behind play with Silvani.
And also,
Mickey Martin.
Yeah, Mickey Martin and Silvani there. They get free of it because they're about to go for the footy. Blakey conceding some ground and finds the boundary line. Oh, he's going to be pinned. Well, boy, oh boy. He had nowhere to go. He was a long way from the boundary line. Hume's got it. He keeps it in tight, going towards Whitnell, and some good play at the back to build it over the line.
Lance Whitnell, well, the rumours coming out of the rooms was that he was in a bit of muscle spasm problems last night at training, Lance Whitnell. So let's hope he moves freely tonight.
Well, the Blakey one interesting. McCartney at the back. Lappin's got some space here. It's a clever kick to the front. Archer, who looks in pretty good nick, I reckon, early, takes the mark.
He's jumping, isn't he?
He's got King really short. But Archer comes out wide. He slipped a bit as he kicked, so Dipper's call was a good one with the Jew. Hume started very positively here. Short kick's a good one to Lappin.
And Bruce, there were 3 or 4 Carlton players on the lead. There was Lappin, there was Hickmott, there was Silvani. So Hume, who knew he was too far out to kick a goal, he was waiting for the right lead, and he honoured the one to Matthew Lappin. Pretty important kick, this one, for the Blues. He should kick it. He's only about 40 metres out. Not a very tight angle at all.
And the great thing about that kick to Hume, I thought he was in the votes last week for Carlton. Great thing about that was it's probably the best kick he's given all year.
3 goals last week, Lappin. It's close. Has he got it?
He likes it.
So Lappin gets his first.
Well, you know you're going to get a bit of latitude on David King. He will take risks and he will follow the ball once it's in flight. And if he doesn't recover well enough, he could be caught out of it. We watch it here.
Yeah, just the kick not good enough, Derm. That kick was going for Big Spider. It fell about 5 metres short.
And that really kills your backmen who are prepared to run, because if the kick going out, Aussie, isn't on the target, as we know, you get hurt on the rebound.
And still Silvani and Martin are at it here, which is I mean, you reckon they've been around too long for this sort of stuff, wouldn't you?
Don't waste energy like that, boys.
Thought there'd be a whole lot of mutual respect between the two.
There's
The
a
kick off the
trip in
ground
there
by Freeborn to centre half forward. This is a hot footy right now. Simpson to centre wing. Hume, Stevens, Bradley, Sinclair. Bradley finds a way. Freeborn getting it early. Little one doesn't go far. Blakey. It is a hot ball. King had nowhere to go, and he's coughed it up. Camporelli could make him pay. Little kick's a good one. Favola's in the pocket.
And Favola deserved that. Great smart that first volley and went back and found that space, boys.
It's hard to be critical of David King. He is the playmaker, one of the main playmakers, and we'll see here he held onto the ball for quite a while. He was trying to create. It didn't happen, but good play by Favola, as you mentioned, now good smothering.
Well, Favola and Lappin went into the match as the equal leading goal kickers for the Blues this year. Can he tie it up again? He does, and it drifts away.
Got to say one thing too, out on the wing, Darren Hume knew he was going to get some body punishment then, but he accepted that for the good of his team to put his body over the ball. He's on the mark now for David King, there he is, and he copped the body hit, Hume, so his team would retain possession. That's a very committed attribute towards the team. Gee, that's a close-in zone. To recognise King's going to go short. That zone is really encroaching on the goal square.
Blakey's long ball's a good one too to McCartney, and he stood up very well.
Well, he's an honest player. He will never take his eyes off the ball, this fella.
You talk about improved players. He's turned into a genuine star, I reckon, in the league, McCartney.
Lance Whitnell's pushed back here, boys, going for the mark now.
Cochran to Clayton. Again, a good call, Tipper, as the Whitnell's at centre half back and takes the mark. Uses Bradley. Bradley out wide to Manson.
Yeah, just good for players to get their first touch of the ball early in the game. We're only 9 minutes in, but Lance has now taken a mark and a kick, and the same for Manton.
Hickmott gave the hard lead. Bradley in short.
Bradley loves to go long. He's kicked to space to Ratton. Stevens to run with him. Ratton and Stevens. Ratton just looking, searching for a free kick. Then Lappin, and then Ratton hooks it back. Favola, it's clean bowled them all. Martin and Silvani, boundary throwing.
Brent Harvey's off the bench, boys. He's just calling for the bench.
And that might be just to try to shake the tag, because Franchina's worn him very closely for the first 10 minutes.
So, Whitnell and McCartney. Whitnell just leaning back. Hickmott's hook around the body, right to the goal square. Archer and Favola, front spot. Blakey's gone.
He popped one first, Bruce.
Well,
before that tackle by Favola, I thought I saw a clip on the face first. There we go. Yep, 2 clips. And he's milked it for everything as well.
Archer's little one to Simpson. So Simpson, who didn't get the job on Cooter, that went to Cole, but Clayton's been busy. They've created, and Blakey busy too. Not a great handball. Put Cochrane under the gun. Pickett back to Blakey. Had to stretch those old hammies. Couldn't quite get the kick away. Ran into McKay. That's like running into a wall. Free ball got it from Porter. Back to McKay. Banks to centre half forward. And Simpson had to stand and take a mark.
Archer terrific in his protection of Simpson. He just put the body in line to make sure that Simpson wouldn't cop a blow.
Got a couple of short ones, but he's going to go wide. It's a good pick up too. A good switch up there to Colbert. Now Colbert has Lang leading and Rocker.
Brent Harvey came straight back on too, Bruce. Franchina is aware of him.
So Grant runs hard. This is where they've had a problem early, haven't they?
Well, Rocker's playing at centre half forward, Bruce, and he hasn't had an attack on it yet. We see McKernan lead out. Good strong lead by Corey.
Interesting matchup, that one. Ange Christo is his opponent. Now, Corey would be a lot taller and a lot heavier. And if he can get out in front like he was there, and we'll see, he's got the big body out in front, very hard for Ange to spoil. They've reversed the free.
There's a free kick against Harvey off the ball.
Goes Franchina.
Cheer with that. I was about to say that Corey McKernan got rid of the Friday night curse. He was about to have a touch, but that was a good grab from him.
A strong lead too, but also Wolsey, Ange Christo picked up Clark Keating, who's a similar 6'6" type player last week, so they trust him with the tools.
Kick to Sil centre wing. Colbert's little one. Did it find the line? I think it did. So both Favola and Whitnell have been prepared to get back in the early stages from the forward line. So here's Silvani and Martin. They've been at it, haven't they? Championship wrestling boys. Killer Kowalski does. Spud Murphy. There's the kick to centre half forward. Rocker, that's Sav, goes back, misses a target. Chance for Pickett. Chance for Pickett. Brilliantly done. Can it come back with the kick? What a goal! Haven't we found a forward in the last 3 weeks who could be a very exciting goal kicker?
Gets on the burst, doesn't he, Wolsey? And the thing is, he will work hard to hold it in. It's just he needs to kick more goals like that.
Good to see Big Sav on the lead out in front. Now, he missed his handball target there in Clayton, but Pickett was good enough to pick it up and from about 45 metres out, put it straight through. It's important that Pickett shows he can play in the forward line because he was starting to struggle across half-back.
He's kicked more goals in the last 3 weeks than he kicked in his first 82 matches, Pickett. He's kicked 6 in the last 3 weeks. 5 in his first 82, and he does look as if he is a likely target up there, doesn't he? And he's going to provide something across half forward.
And across half back, John Blakey has just settled in so well. He's had 8 possessions already in this first term.
Carlton half-back Andrew McKay. He's been
Camperelli and Grant down there, boys.
Step.
Well, that's not quite the heavyweight battle that Mickey and Sauce is it? Shannon Grant versus Scott Camperelli in terms of wrestling anyway. But boy, they can both play.
Absolutely. Well, they sorted it out and they'll move on with it.
It's a real challenge for Shannon Grant to play on Camperelli because Grant's fitness has sometimes been suspect.
Burton with that reach. Franchina and Clayton. Well played by Harvey. He'll be determined to get back because he gave away a free kick when McKernan was having a shot for goal. Stevens off the ground. Colbert hard at it. McKay just slipped. Ratton, okay. They get it back to Massey. Squeezes a kick. King was terrific, running back against it. He had Archer behind him. He probably gave him the word.
And Archer protected him again. And Archer, no stats for those 2 protections, but gee, the teammates love it.
Might as well have them, shouldn't he?
Gee, that's an interesting kick, isn't it? Blakey tonight goes past Lee Matthews and Justin Madden in games played. 333. He's number 10 on the all-time list.
It's a great accolade.
Stevens wide. Oh, that's a good mark, Nicky. And a good give too to McCartney. McCartney's little one looks all right to me. Sinclair inside the 50.
Sinclair's been playing on Craig Bradley on the wing. And Bradley a long way away from him there. And that was the value of the switcher play. We saw the ball on half-back flank and King went into his defensive 50. And from there they were able to take it down the other side of the ground. McCartney, Blakey, good defenders.
Getting some stats, those men at the back early, aren't they, for the Kangas?
Well, the game's basically being played across the Kangaroos half-back line, isn't it? So it's how good they use it coming forward. And the half-forward line lent by Rocker still hasn't imposed themselves on the game, but if they can just go through that half-forward line with a bit of system, get it to this spot, they'll get shots on goal.
Hasn't really made an impression yet for the Kangas. Sinclair would love a goal here, and I reckon he's done it. It's the sort of thing the coach will remember. A big goal in the first quarter.
And important for Jeff Sinclair, Bruce, because he has struggled since crossing over from the Dockers, but we just see a terrific transfer of play, and that's all about getting the ball on the opposite side of the ground, bringing it into an open half-forward flank, and McCartney very good with the short pass there. Sinclair able to kick a goal. That'll do his confidence the world of good.
Just saw the Kangaroos run. A big mark. Fridge Roberts ran into one of the umpires, barreled him accidentally. I wonder if that'll incur a bit of an examination during the week.
We'll have to watch this space. Mark so far 16-9 in the Kangaroos' favour.
Young Doring, is it Doring?
Doring,
yeah, Doring playing his 3rd game for the Blues, setting up at half-forward here. Blakey's on him. They tell me he's a ball magnet, so let's see how he goes tonight.
Number 48 he wears. Thanks, Dipper. McKay off the ground. Massey, Grant chasing hard. Free kick to Massey. Camporelli, the advantage given wasn't much advantage for Vola. Good effort. And then quickly added, gee, I like Archer tonight. He looks quick.
Yep.
Blakey to Clayton. Clayton's kick to centre wing. Hickmont. Massey. The little give to Franchina. Franchina to Christou. Ball cut off. Kangaroos with a real charge. Sinclair's already kicked a goal, streaming forward. Here's another one coming up. They're going to be 4 goals to 1. And McKernan's on the board.
Can only do his confidence a world of good. Even though it's a gimme goal, Jess Sinclair read that one. He got the smother affected by a teammate. Ran into space there. But one thing the Kangaroos have done setting up, you mentioned Byron Pickett. He's a player here. He's got a split webbing here.
So on the ground with blood, didn't go off the ground, wasn't spotted. That was after his last goal.
Well, they might spot it now. What they do have is a half-forward line at the moment. I mentioned Rocker several times, but they've got the rest of the little guys, Pickett, Sinclair, who will work hard to keep the ball in. That smother is a classic example of it. Ball stays in, they goal.
Ange Christou paid the ultimate price. He had his kick smothered, it rebounded to his direct opponent in Corey McKernan, so he'll be feeling pretty ordinary.
So 4 goals to 1. It might be just one of those nights. King had his kick smothered and Favola missed the shot. So good signs here. It was Koutafidis to McKay to Freeborn, who's had a bit of it early. A searching, probing kick to centre half forward, and Archer again. If he was a greyhound, you'd reckon he had a live feed during the week, I reckon, Archer. That's how keen he is. To Cochrane at centre half back. Long and hard to centre half forward. If McKernan could give them a target, watch out. Christou, someone dived over the top. Was it Sinclair?
Motivated.
Back to Simpson, a bit cutesy. Grant could kick a goal nearly from here. Goes for it. It's coming back. It's close, he's just missed. The Kangas are on a roll, aren't they?
Well, he is motivated, Jess Sinclair, out there. He's been really stung into action by that. Watch this here. He recognised, well, I can just put hands on the ball here.
Not quite Timmy Watson a few years ago when he jumped over a few, but it wasn't bad.
Well, lost his feet for a start, yeah.
Here's Hickmont. Now, you may take Burton on, you'd reckon, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
On the left, to a contest. Martin or McCartney hard at it. Lappin, King outnumbered, but he takes Whitten along. The signs are really good.
Inspired, aren't they?
Wonderful kick too to Pickett. Surely that's a Pickett free kick.
Well, it's a free kick, Bruce, but they've taken 20 marks in this first term, the Kangas, to Carlton's 10. They are sharing the ball, as we see there. In the past, they'd bomb it long to centre half forward, but they're looking to bring each other into the game.
So Cochrane, now the long bomb. Lang was at the back. Who's got the run? Bradley to sweep at the back. He doesn't have to concede here. He's got a shorty in Christou, and he goes to him now. He had to take a finger tipper. Gives it off to Beaumont. Beaumont banging away to centre wing. Koutafiti's one hand. Stevens, poor choice. Kouta, the one man who could take it off him. Terrific handball under pressure to Lappin. Lappin to half forward. Whitner with some smarts here. He used his brain there to try and beat off McCartney. Then didn't do a great job. Archer, they'll concede to the line, and they do.
And there's a fair chance that Wayne Britton might just have to get Favola off. Archer's just absolutely dominated this first 20 minutes. Good play here by Lance Whitnell. He puts McCartney under the football. Just struggles to pick it up, so decides to put the slipper into it and ends up out of bounds.
Recognised that he didn't have the superior pace then, didn't he? Yep.
So Colbert and Kouta. Camporelli, he's pretty clever in these situations. Archer's back there. Geez, playing a quarter, Archer.
Yeah, they've got to make a move there because Favola's confidence is already rock bottom.
Summed him up, hasn't he?
Yeah, just too strong.
King to Grant. Clever play. Handball back okay. Harvey with some run here. Or back kick. It was meant short for Rocker. Manton at the back to Christou. Lovely kick to Lappin, who's getting plenty of touches off King. That's the way it'll be all night, you'd think.
He doesn't recover quickly, King. He doesn't regenerate his recovery very well. He needs a breather, a blowout. That could be 50. He's taken the mark and then he's taken down, and he wasn't in the contest.
Franchina running for Koutafidis, and there's the kicks going. Franchina just couldn't find it. Just disorientated, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it also gives you an idea that the other Carlton forwards aren't dominating. He didn't go to Silvani, he didn't go to Favola, he didn't go to Whitnell, he went to a little bloke running along the boundary line. Confidence is down. They can't afford to get another goal kicked against them, Carlton.
Don't forget the website tonight, i7sport.com.au for all the details. And Lappin strolls in to kick the second. No, he doesn't.
Well, is that a sign of things to come, that it is just not their night?
Well, you just can't afford to miss that. Not when you're 4 goals to 1. And he's on the right side of the pack there to take it running towards his own goal. Just eased up on the kick, didn't kick through it. This bloke will be pretty happy that he missed.
Conceding it out wide here to Carlton. It's a very narrow zone they've set up, so he'll probably have to go out wide. He's looking for it wide.
Oh, Sinclair fell. I think Archer's going to get there. Back to Sinclair. It is a slippery night, isn't it? It's somewhere between a dry night and a wet night, the way the ball's playing at the moment.
Steve Silvani has gone to full back on Corey McKernan. He was struggling up forward.
They got the stops in Dipper.
Well, most players have got the stops. That's, as I mentioned before the game, the water is just sitting on top of the ground at the moment, so players find it difficult to turn.
Simpson to King. So King with the burst through centre wing. And then the long kick to full forward. McKernan, Silvani, Beaumont, Harvey comes flying in. Brilliantly done. Can he get a handball back? He does. McKay did well against McKernan.
In the back. I think he realised that he was up against a man much bigger than him, and he's just nudged him in the back. And the free kick will go to Corey.
One thing I liked about Corey in the attack on the ball before this one is that his confidence for marking the ball under pressure is not there. But he put 2 hands up and he drew his opponent to go and force him to fly in the air against him, rather than just think, I'll go to the ball and mark it. And that created the spill to ground.
And what about Harvey's hook kick back into play? He was just about over the boundary line, threw it on the boot. Could have gone anywhere, and his teammates are giving him a pat on the back. Well done.
McKernan looks more competitive tonight, doesn't he?
Yeah.
This is a big kick for him.
That's a good one.
He's kicked 2. He might be turning the clock back a bit tonight, Corey. 5-1 to 1-2.
Well, they've got off to a terrific start, the Kangaroos. And in night matches, in slippery conditions, a 4-goal lead. It's going to be hard to pick back.
So clever by Harvey. That's a great kick from the pocket.
Severio Rocker comes off the field and Brady Rawlings takes his position. Glenn Manton will be forced to chase him around.
So 5-1 here. Porter out of the centre. Camper already went to ground. Grant's work rate's really impressive here. Colbert squeezes it to Clayton and Christou. Good contest, these two, though. Christou goes to ground.
Can't go to ground, Bruce. You are out of the contest as soon as you hit the deck.
So Clayton at centre wing, brings it back into the corridor. McKernan, he's their go-to man now. Hickmont, Sinclair. Hickmont did well. To Bradley. Clever kick to Hume at centre wing, running hard. Need a goal, the Blues. Favola on a really long lead. Archer to time it, gets into his back a little bit. No free kick. Whitnell and McCartney.
You see Favola going for that mark. He got well and truly under the ball. That's a sign that the strength, the presence of Archer is worrying him. He ran under the footy. Get him off, get Houlihan on, and get Houlihan to take Archer well up the ground.
He charged at it without working out where it was going, didn't he? Pressured.
Lappin's back turn. Stevens wraps him up. Just saw a stat about recent records. The Kangas won 6 in a row after Carlton humiliated them then in 1995 in that prelim final, but last year the Blues were successful.
And we look at Favola now. He's heading across towards the interchange bench, maybe just trying to drag Archer out of the action.
McCartney, Blakey's back turn okay to Grant, and then Grant with a long, hard, high one. Now Clayton just working Christou cleverly underneath it.
From this position here after this ball in, Bruce, if there's a static kick, i.e. a mark or free kick to Kangaroos, Porter sets up 50 metres down the line and Carlton put an extra man back there, Freeborn as well. So they stack it 50 metres away. What they're doing, the Kangaroos are going chip kick sideways and running it through the line.
Hickmont's kick. Now Martin with Favola. Favola goes to ground. Back to Mickey. He's had an interesting first turn, Mickey. Good kick to Burton.
Stretch.
Yeah, good mark by the big ruckman. Archer's gone onto Favola. Martin onto Favola. Archer into the midfield.
Look at Spider go. To Rawlings. To Cochrane, who is a very good runner. Not a bad looking kick. It's a bit of a chance. It's a real chance. It's a goal.
Once again, for the first time in several years, and it's been happening over the last couple of weeks since they've turned their form around, from centre half back where Big Burton took the mark to the kick in the at the edge of the 50, there was about 3 or 4 short possessions, Wolsey, and we just have never seen that from the Kangaroos. They kick long to position and get front and centre. They are running it through that zone and kicking over the Carlton 2 extras down back now.
Well, they played a pretty simple game plan for 6 or 7 years. Bomb along to Wayne Carey, open up the paddock behind it. There's no Carey. They haven't got Bell. They haven't got Rock. They haven't got the little fellas like Scott who are underneath the pack. I think the players would love to play this attacking brand of football because everyone's equal out there. It's not in the hands of 1 or 2 key players.
Only had 3 men in the centre bounce, then the Kangaroos.
During's kick forward, then Archer off the ground to centre wing. And Simpson pushing forward. Gee, there's some good signs here. Rawlings has touched it a couple of times. Simpson's wrong side. He gets it to about 50. Sinclair and Bradley down to Beaumont. Beaumont's scrubby old kick will find a target though in Lappin. He has to stop and prop and turn. King gets on him. Blakey will keep his eye on it, you know that.
This will be Blakey's 12th possession. He's their leading rebounder out of the defensive 50.
And I reckon Archer's had as many posses in this quarter as he had in a lot of matches this year. Not a good play by Simpson. That's poor footy.
Hit the wrong side of the ball.
McKay to Hume, and then Hume to Favola. Archer will be disappointed with all of that because he was running hard for the handball back from Simpson.
Now this is dumb footy. He's got Koutafiti's one out against Colbert and he's not getting in there quickly. Now he works it out. Too late.
Well, what a quarter.
That's what he should have done about 4 or 5 seconds ago.
How resilient is this Kangaroo Football Club? The North Melbourne Footy Club. I mean,
You admire them, don't you?
You sure do.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, if Carlton was 6 goals to 1 right now, you'd say game, set and match, wouldn't you? But it's the Kangaroos that are 6 to 1.
Well, they've just come out and attacked the football harder than Carlton, and it's all come across their half-back line where Archer and Blakey and McCartney have been terrific. Mickey Martin, we see in picture there, he kept Steve Silvani kickless for the first 20 minutes. In the end, Wayne Britton had to move Silvani to full-back. He moved Favola out past the 50-metre arc to get him out of the way because Archer was just dominating back there.
Well, that's the situation at quarter time. The Kangaroos with 6 goals in the opening term over the Blues, 37 to 8 on 7. Just watch out for all the sport here.
Chaps are working well for the Kangaroos. Grant's running with Camporeale, 6 to Grant, 5 to Camporeale. Colbert's had 3 possessions to Cooter's 4, and King across half-back has had 7 to Lappin's 6.
So the Blues to the right of screen after the Kangaroos kick 6-1 in the opening term. Burton out of the air and then goes to centre half forward. Sinclair goes to ground. Free kick. Is it a free kick to Sinclair? Gets Franchina and Bradley in the contest. Well, that's a bonus result, isn't it?
Absolutely, that's a gimme. One thing that is intriguing is Franchina's the tag on Harvey, but he won't go into the centre of the ground with him, which leaves him against Sinclair in the forward line, while Grant goes into the middle of the deck. So he's probably down there guarding a bloke he doesn't have all that much regard or high regard like a tagging option for. Jess Sinclair just gets in the right spot and draws the free.
Well, the coach will love him, Derm, if he kicks this one. Just a terrific way to start the second quarter.
We're right behind him here. He's kicked one. He'd really make a mark if he can kick a second.
Is that a hook foot?
He looks for the hook. It's going to not quite make it. It was touched right on the line.
There's a bit you could do with that action running out that wide, Wolsey. You can see why he didn't make the full distance then.
And another left footer to bring the ball back into play, Ange Christo.
Let's have a look at it. It's a pretty closed-in zone from the Kangaroos again. They're going to go down the middle. Big spider.
Two to the target. Burton's fist away. Freeborn, pretty good opening term. Poor kick off the side. Archer and Blakey. Archer Houlihan might have the job on Archer here. Or Archer, I guess, on Houlihan to be more exact out of play.
Yeah, and Mick Martin's gone back to fullback. Favola playing now the goal square. Looks like he wants to come up the ground a bit now, Favola.
Yeah, it looks like Cooter's hanging around the forward line there. That's what Carlton need at the moment, an injection of Cooter.
Archer 10 possessions. Houlihan on screen. When Archer, you saw a little Dusty Hume on the screen before. He's been a good servant for Carlton today.
Porter didn't go far. Clayton's kick straight to Freeborn. So 6th kick coming up for Freeborn.
Cooter dropping back into the forward 50. Only Carlton player inside 50.
Not a great kick, Archer almost, but he goes to ground. Hickmott to get the scraps and then hook it back to about 50. Whitnell front spot, McCartney with him, and a boundary throw in. There's the interchange, Rawlings, McLaren. Rawlings did well when he came on. McLaren not used yet. Jones and Watt have been sitting it out as well. Not a bad crowd in, probably around about 45,000. Blakey, wonderful opening term and gets a bit of distance on the kick and unopposed. Porter to Bradley, to Hume, goes off, runs away. It was a clever play to Franchina, who broke the Sinclair tackle, kicks to Koutafidis, and Colbert's won a battle there.
Great victory for the Kangaroos. That's what Carlton were trying to do, to get the ball to a one-on-one against Cooter and Colbert.
Colbert, a controlled kick, dangerous zone, but no mark paid, and now the Blues have got a chance. Hume to Whitnell. Whitnell 50 metres out. Scrubby kick comes off Ratton, and Kemper, he looked to get into the back of his man. The ball hasn't come out yet, and now it does. Ball up. 5-goal game here. There's the Blues. Massey, Mansfield, Houghton, During came on for a bit early. Massey was there in the early stages of the match. So Houlihan's back on, or on for the first time, I guess.
There's plenty of space between this contest and the Carlton goal.
Hard at it, McCartney. Camporeale. Terrific smother by Archer. Christou. Clayton goes back to Hume. Hume looking for some space and then wobbles one forward. McCartney around the neck. No free kick. Hickmott. Crash to the ground. Stevens will get a free kick, surely.
I think, yes. Yeah, they're just unsure of themselves, the Blues, giving away a lot of free kicks.
I tell you, this is a dangerous kick to Spider. And Favola was able to get there. Not a bad result for the Kangaroos, I reckon, in the end.
Yeah,
they weren't going to win much of it off the deck if it stayed inboard.
Porter not doing the ruck work in Carlton's forward line. He's dropping back to the wing, and it'll be Whitnell doing the ruck work for the Blues.
Average marks this year completely opposite to what's happened tonight. It's all the Kangaroos. They've taken 28 marks so far. Blakey just bangs it forward to centre wing. Porter. Going to be a huge task for Burton to go with him all night. Burton, tunnel ball really, and then Cochran with a little toe poke. Cleverly done. Now Pickett can break a line, we know that. He takes Silvani on, and will he go again? He's drawing the man to him. Harvey on the burst. Harvey on the burst. Brought down. Wonderful tackle by Beaumont. Going to ground was the Kangas. Silvani putting them down. Rocker, it's a hard footy again that we won. Sinclair in hard and tough. Silvani's little give, finds a target and Hume keeps his little nut down and wins a free kick.
Just great football, and the crowd appreciated every second of it.
Bradley at half back. It's a real test of wills in the last couple of minutes, hasn't it, between the two clubs? Who gets the first goal is important, I reckon. McKay to about 50. McCartney was pushed out. Houlihan, he's a sharpshooter. He's 50 metres from goal. Good looking kick. It's a goal. It's a goal. He's got something special, this young boy.
There's temptation there by Camberelli to actually put hand on the ball, wasn't it? He wanted to win the footy, but just discretion the best part there of the decision-making process. Watch him swing onto the left, Wolsey.
Yeah, well, he just got front and square, Derm, to take that crumb, and that is a terrific goal, isn't it? Running at full pace on your left boot, and Camberelli,
I didn't
just
touch it.
let it go.
Really, I didn't.
And I just think Ryan Houlihan's a good matchup for Archer as long as he runs up to the wings and then back to full forward. He cannot be involved in marking contests. He just has to play on his terms, and the kid's smart enough to do that.
First goal for the Blues in 25 minutes of footy. It's been a bit of a drought for them, but they're back to a 4-goal game. Camperelli brought down in the tackle. Ratton, we haven't seen a whole lot of him. McCartney, Houlihan again. Archer took it from him. Just feel Archer's in such good form tonight that it's going to take a good man to beat him, isn't it?
It sure will.
Well, Houlihan's turning him around, which has at least given them Carlton something against him.
Stevens from King. The chip to Sinclair. This is probably the best quarter he's played, I reckon, since he's come across from Fremantle.
Absolutely. He's been on and off the ground in the first 6 or 7 games, and he's showing something. Dennis Pagan to be very happy with him.
Pickett's kick hard to mark. You'd think McKernan. No free kick. He might have been a bit stiff. Beaumont just had to kick it away. Pickett's got it. He did kick 2 enormous long bombs, didn't he, last week at Manuka?
I think he's too far out to score here. He'll go the short pass and the big spider. And Porter's 10 metres behind him, and that's just not good enough. That is just not good enough, and Brett Ratton tells him, get back on the goal line.
Spider wobbles one. It's close. At the back. Rocker, I should say. Back to Harvey. Back inboard. Is that Shannon
Not
Watt?
bad.
It's a good kick.
Adam
It's
Lang.
Lang's goal. Well, that's Lang's first kick this year in league footy.
Well, it's a good kick because that's a pretty tight angle for a right footer from that forward pocket. Big Porter should have been back there on the line to give a contest. He was caught in between, and just good share of the ball there by Harvey. Gets it across to Lang, and Carlton's tackling not strong enough, Dermot.
No, it's not. The strange thing about the matchup with Hume is that he's actually responsible for Burton when Porter pushes back. He goes to him every time.
Yes, Lang happy. Hasn't played a game before tonight. Gets a goal with his first kick of the year. So 7-2. They're kicking.
Oh, there's a break. Byron Pickett came in before the ball got bounced.
Blakey's kick. McKay had to search for it. Chris to mop up. He'll look to advantage here. And Houlihan with that run to try and stretch Archer. Archer pushes him in the back. Not played. G. Archer's keen. Houlihan. G. King's good. Archer's his back. It's a bit of vintage stuff here, isn't there? The kick to centre half forward. Rocker!
Well, Glenn Mountain, one thing he does do, he gives up front position. He lets his opponent lead him to the ball so he can see everything unfolding in front of him. That is a risk in itself, because when you've got a bloke who's roughly 3 or 4 inches taller than you, 10 kilograms heavier, you see the shape of the body going up in the air then, and if he just gets a good clunk with his hands around the ball, you're not going to spoil him if you give up front position.
And Dermot, all the players went back to Archer and also King and said, fantastic.
Yeah, King had loved this play on brand of football that Dennis Pagan is encouraging.
Should clear the fence here.
Is it coming back? Oh, it's very close. He needed that, Sav. He's not going to get many kicks for goal, you'd reckon, from a set shot. He needs to get them, just about all of them, doesn't he?
Well, they're looking short tonight, and he's going to be the long option, and that's probably the longest the ball's gone into the forward line. for this amount of time of the game, then he found himself on the end of it first time.
First kick for Silvani tonight. Not for Freeborn, he's had plenty. Sauce starting up forward, now going back. Freeborn's kick to Favola. Archer came across the front. Porter was there. The hassling of the Kangaroos is like their absolute best days, isn't it?
Oh, they're really hard at the football and working in close. They're shepherding, they're protecting, they're knocking the ball out to each other. And John Blakey off half-back, he's had 16 possessions already.
They're going to Burton regularly. Porter that time got across. And then Camporelli to Koutafidis. Advantages it to Whitnell. No, coming back.
Adrian Hickmott is in the forward 50 for the Blues. Adam Simpson, his opponent. And that's a lot of respect shown to Hickmott because he's been in very, very good form.
So Kuta from centre wing. Porter coming off, Houghton coming on for the Blues. Kuta down the line to Whitnell.
He looks like he's got some sort of limp tonight, Whitnell. Might be right there, Derm, about the muscle spasms.
Not a good kick. Stevens didn't take control. Ratton will claim it. Ball up. So just reiterate that, Dermot. With Whitnell.
There was a bit of a rumour going around today that Lance Whitnell ended up lying on the trainer's floor after training during the week, spasmed in the back and could barely move. Whether that's verified or not, don't know. But it was what we were told.
Big spider off and Shannon Watt on.
So both the ruckmen have gone off. Whitnell cleverly to Houlihan, and then he brings it back into the corridor. Lappin, he'll be set upon. He hooks it out. King, still King, takes about 4 of them on. Freeborn terrific against Cochrane. Really good footy by Freeborn. The bounce are behind.
Well, David King's really enjoying himself. Every time he gets the ball, he backs himself. He just takes the opposition on, and he's been given full licence to do that.
It's almost like Dennis has said, if you make a few errors, we'll cop that.
Doesn't matter, that's right. His opponent is Matthew Lappin, and Lappin's got a fair bit of the ball tonight, Dermot, but I think Dennis would be saying, well, we'll back you to get it more than Lappin and set it up across our half-forward line.
Good thing that it's David King in that aspect too, because if his man kicks goals, he's probably the best blokes that can mentally still come up against somebody who's kicking goals against him. He'll still back himself, whereas somebody else might go into their shell.
He had a big heave a moment ago. He was pretty tired. Now he has to kick it in. Goes out. Sinclair may have given a free kick away into Franchina. No. Bradley's handball. Not good. Simpson to McCartney. Not a bad kick in the circumstances. That was off Clayton on the fall. He's very unlucky.
Yeah, he was stiff there, Bruce, wasn't he? It was like the batsman up the runner's end who gets a deflection off the bowler on a straight drive and you're out, run out.
It's a good analogy. It's exactly what happened, wasn't it? So Christou back. Grant and McKay just out-positioned him.
Look, he's coming up for his 7th possession, but he hasn't dominated off the half-back line with those 7.
Camporelli, Grant excellent there, not to give the free away. Blakey keeps it in. Camporelli on top of it. Ball up. No, holding the ball. Gee whiz. In the end, it was Hickmott.
And his opponent, Adam Simpson, who's been doing some terrific tagging jobs of late, did it against Buckley a few weeks ago, and actually goes back to Shannon Grant.
It's become...
Done a good job on Camporelli. Camporelli's a wonderful player for the Blues, but he's been subdued tonight. Good use of the ball there by Grant.
As good as Grant is, you reckon at the end of the day, if he squares the ledger with Camporelli,
yes.
Dennis Pagan will say, I'm really happy with that.
It's a win for the Kangas.
Simpson to centre wing. Silvani's mark. Danger kick. Colbert and Freeborn. Colbert's got it. No mark pay. Handball off okay. Wide. McLaren's come onto the ground. First touch. Benzie's back. Loves to kick a goal. This won't be one. Where's McKernan? Or is it Walker?
A big fella.
It's Big Sav.
And he wanted it more than anyone else. You'll see a couple of Carlton players in that contest. They were waiting for mates to come in when they had to go themselves.
Also, when you saw in the middle of the ground that Lee Colbert won the ball, his opponent is Anthony Koutafidis, who's only had 5 possessions, 2 marks. Let's watch Sav turn and run with it. No body there, and that allows him a run and jump at it.
Well, Glenn Manton just had to give more of a contest in that situation.
Just had to take a bit of body touch before Sav got that final 1-2 jump.
Can't give up front position.
It was a Carey-like mark, to be truthful, from Rocket. The way he flung himself. He's got his first. Big margin of the match so far. This is a very, very healthy lead now.
6-goal margin, and quite honestly, I can't see what Carlton have got up forward that can pull in 6 goals in 2 quarters. They just don't have any system going forward.
Well, when they do go forward, Dermot, they're taking it around the boundary lines. They're taking it in slow and wide. I just think they've got to back themselves to run hard and kick it into the middle channel.
Silvani on rocker. Whitnell 3 kicks, Favola 2 kicks, no goals out of the key forwards. Free kick again, and maybe they did pick it up this time because it's against the Kangaroos.
He went in very early last bounce down.
Hotton's kick.
That's a good kick.
It's a half forward. King did well because Camporelli was on the end of it if he hadn't got there. Camporelli to the line.
Let me ask you, Derm, if you were in at the centre bounces and you knew that Byron Pickett was flying in off the line, you would have a little bit of a look, wouldn't you?
You'd sneak a quick look over the shoulder, wouldn't you? Or you'd at least listen for the footsteps coming. Although they reckon he's pretty silent.
Koutafidis to Hume, and he's gone. Well, just don't know how he could have got that out, to be honest, but I guess you know, if you're over the ball and it doesn't come out, you're going to be pinged.
As long as it's consistent, we'll cop that.
Simpson, Colbert should have given a free kick away to Koutafidis, I felt.
He's done it well, hasn't he? Just niggling little touches. Ball out of bounds. Just that one with Hume. Hume's getting him plenty of the ball. What he does, he starts in the middle, starts against Stevens, and then Stevens resumes against Ratton. Now, finally, Blakey comes in from outside the square, plays as a half-back flanker, and Hume just pushes up and is a 5th midfielder in the middle by himself. That's why he's winning plenty of the ball.
McKernan to Colbert to Grant to Camporelli. Bit off the side, but he got a bit of distance to half forward. Hickmott, Simpson, Whitnell sliding on his knees.
Just been watching Anthony Koutafidis, and there's just not much go in him. He was at that last boundary throw in, and he really didn't even go at the footy.
Nothing coming off.
Yeah, well, we'll have a look at this boundary throw in. Whitnell or Kuta, both are around it.
Whitnell's pretty good in these situations. He's a smart player, never got a crack at it that time. King, so confident, and then finds the line.
The last 2 boundary throw-ins, Bruce, the Carlton players haven't even gone at the footy. They are just hoping that they might get a free kick. Well, it won't happen.
Mansfield on for Lappin.
Yeah, here's a Koutafidis attack on the ball, but McCartney's going to go against him. Colbert stays down.
Rawlings comes on for Clayton. Cooter at the back. Hickmott tries to get it out. Grant. And then a little towboat by King. I think it's a free kick in the back of Grant. So Grant Camporelli's had 7 and 1, and Grant's had 7 and 3.
And out the back of Grant here is John Blakey. He's about to nick off out the back, and Hume chases him finally. If he gets enough of a lead up here, he might decide to switch it. He's got one inboard anyway. That's what's ahead of him. Carlton have decided to man up now. Nobody's on the mark. Ratton runs to it now. Who's running around the back with Stevens? Oh, it's cat and mouse.
So Stevens to Simpson. They've done it well, the Kangaroos.
Yep, they just waited for that one to sort itself out. Poor delivery.
Gee, Mickey Martin might get a lucky break. McLaren's on. The handball over the top to McLaren. He had to stop and wait, but he's got space now. Takes his time, delivers. Lang's got it.
Well, they virtually took the ball around the boundary line, and that's something that you wouldn't have seen the Kangaroos do that in the last 6 or 7 years.
He's a good kick, McLaren.
He's got pace too. He didn't panic when the handball wasn't quite deep enough to put him in a straight line and just keep running on. Here's one for Carlton now. Camporelli coming off the ground. He's not happy with the runner either. He's letting him know about it.
And Hickmott back on, so he must have been off for a second, Hickmott. Now Lang's had 1 kick this year. We're into round 9 for 1 goal. Will this be 2 for 2?
Poor strike.
Yeah, didn't kick it right.
Right, let's have a look at this setup. And there's Camporelli on the phone.
Well, I reckon
there's the other bloke talking on the other end.
He was lucky not to get a 50-metre penalty against him. The last free kick the Kangas got, Camporelli really did give the umpire a spray. I was surprised there was no 50-metre penalty.
13 in the zone that Kangaroos employ there.
McKernan's big fly. Stevens goes back to Blakey. Blakey's handball. Lang just spent it before he actually got it, to be truthful, and then holds Freeborn up for a bounce.
Well, Blakey's had 17 possessions now. He's virtually playing as a free-range half-back flank, whereas Hume pushes into the middle and has no opponent in the middle. Blakey has no opponent on the half-back flank. We see During pushing forward now, and Blakey will go with him.
They need a couple of goals, the Blues, before half-time. They might get one here. Ratton, well done. Mansfield, inside 50. Good-looking kick. He's got a goal.
He took the punt and ran forward.
He cheated, didn't he, Dern? At that last ruck contest, we saw Mansfield just bolt forward.
Yep.
He just hoped his team would win possession at ground level, which they did. And we'll just see it
He's
here.
set off now.
Yeah, Ratton's got it, and you'll see Mansfield, he's ducked out the back door, took a punt, paid off.
Sometimes it's not too bad, Ballsy, if you've got blokes like Ratton and you just see them get the front spot. Take the punt then, but don't take the punt before the ball's... At least you work out where the ball's going.
Well, 2 goals each this quarter.
So Favola on the interchange.
Big Porter next to him. I don't know if Spider Burton can go against Porter for the same amount of time. Porter will get better against Burton as the game wears on.
So it's McKernan and Houghton now. Koutafidis to Pickett, to Houghton, Rawlings, McLaren. Good contest, ball up.
Best tackling team in the AFL, Bruce, on statistics, the Kangaroos. So they're having a real crack at it tonight.
There's little Dusty here, looking for a dust-up.
Look at Camperreale, he's not very happy. And he'll be after Shannon Grant.
13 tackles apiece tonight. Pickett cleverly done after McKernan got it to him. Little give, pushing forward, Grant. Do they get into his back? Bradley, they did. They did get into his back.
There's a beautiful kick, Bruce, but will he go the journey? He's going to kick from slightly outside 50. Let's have another look at it.
Gee,
No, he's fallen.
he's very lucky, isn't he?
Unless somebody...
There's the one there. Hume just finished him off when he hit the deck. So I think the umpires are on the lookout for that. No push in the back, but I'm sure Darren Hume just went into him when he didn't need to.
13-9, the free kicks in the Kangaroos' favour. He's kicked 6 goals in the last 2 weeks, Grant. He's really found target again. But as you said, Dermot, this is right on the range, isn't it, in terms of distance? We can see no angle. He'll probably try and hook a bit for extra distance. Runs out now.
8 in the goal square.
Bad kick. Not going to make it. Oh, nearly a one-handed, a big spider. Manton, Koutafidis, McKay, Manton. They can't get out. Mickey Martin. He hasn't kicked a goal for years. He still hasn't kicked a goal for years. Now McKernan. Corey hooks it back. Plenty of Blues. Houghton. Gee, I got it.
Settle, Bruce.
Koutafidis, Colbert. Freeborn's been all right. Has he seen the man coming? No. It's a probing kick. Oh, Simpson took a charge. Hickmott, he's got a vacant goal square. The kick can... Oh, no, it's not accurate. But he's found the line.
Well, he had no one to go to. He would have loved to have given it off Adrian Hickmott, but there was no one between he and the goal square. So in the end, he's just thrown it on the left boot.
He would have loved to have straightened up and go onto the right, I would imagine too, but time wouldn't allow him to with the pressure.
Of the 13 free kicks for the Kangaroos tonight, Shannon Grant's been on the receiving end of 5 of them.
Yeah, and that's because he's upset Camperreale, and they're trying to make him earn the right to tag a star like Camperreale. He's done it very well.
Gee, Whitnell did that very well to Ratton, and again, Grant's smother was a beauty.
And look at the appreciation shown. Now, there's a veteran in Anthony Stevens, and when he comes over and does that, you know that you've done the right thing. He'd be feeling really good. And this is a new role for Shannon Grant, who basically has been a specialist half-forward for most of his career.
You'll see Shannon Grant's stats tonight on i7, sport.com.au on the website after the game. Click on. Mansfield to King, and then King belts. This ball could skid away a bit. Silvani against the flow. The handball, can it get all the way here to During? Back to Silvani.
Just the hammy out with that one.
It really stretched him out a bit. Good kicking forward to Ratton.
Kangaroos got numbers back there.
Play on, the umpire's called play on.
So Ratton forced to go. Blakey got a finger to it. The belt away from Simpson was effective. McLaren and Freeborn, boundary throw-in.
I just think Dennis Pagan has really thrown down the challenge to a couple of his players tonight. Lee Colbert in particular, with his tagging, run with roll on Anthony Koutafidis, and Shannon Grant on Scott Camperreale. They're roles, Dermot, that they wouldn't have done before.
He's also motivated Jess Sinclair, hasn't he?
Burton, Camperreale. You know his work rate's so good that he'll work his way into this game. Whitnell, well played though by McCartney.
Geez, an honest player, McCartney. Now, he was caught behind, but he had body pressure on Whitnell every step of the way. there's a player gone down behind play, Shannon Grant, and he's gone up to Camperreale again. So plenty of niggle going on between those two.
Still happening. Hume getting involved as he has most of the night. He's been the third man in that pack, hasn't he? That little deck of players. Whitnell front spot. McCartney only as far as Mansfield. He's on his wrong side. Here's a chance for the Blues. Archer, Houlihan. We know how good he is around goal.
McKernan off.
Yeah, Sinclair on, boys.
Thanks, Tim.
Pretty smart though, Houlihan. He was the one who stayed down. We had 3 players go up for the mark. He stayed down. The chances were that it would hit the deck. It did. Unfortunately, he missed on the left boot.
Yeah, Freeborn coming off the blood rule's got a nasty scratch on his arm.
Beaumont's been taken out of the action tonight. He started at centre half back and starred last week and won plenty of the ball. What's King signifying here what he wants? He wants a huddle. He's calling for a huddle. Is there a blood? What's going on here?
It was a blood with Freeborn. Now Massey's on, so
okay.
They do huddle for King. They're coming in together at centre half back.
Yeah, see what you've done, Wolsey? You started all this.
And now they take off.
Created a monster.
He's called for the huddle and that gives him space out further. He sucked him in. Oh, he's going to turn it over.
Duran, can he control it? No. Just got a bit anxious when he got close to the line, Duran.
Good call of yours, Dermot. Beaumont has been in sensational form. He actually had 12 kicks in the second quarter last week. Now, they've got him at full back for Carlton. Adam Lang's taken him right back to the goal square. Beaumont only 4 possessions, almost to half-time.
And no run off the half-back line, more importantly, yeah.
Stevens, it was a hot ball from King, I guess, but Stevens couldn't take it. Mansfield, was that touch off the boot? It was. Whitnell, almost collected in the front. Martin cleverly ran it over the line.
Rocker coming off there, boys.
They're trying to pinch hit a goal here with Adam Clayton. Adam Clayton from U2. Shane Clayton coming on, trying to get a goal on the run there. They've looked better with Mansfield at half forward, Carlton, over the last 10 minutes.
King getting plenty of it. Kick to Sinclair. It was a hard mark in the end, but he's done pretty well. He needs to get it away. He does. Rawlings, he's got a lot of pace. He takes them on. Who can he go to? It's a bit up and under. Porter's searching for it. Clayton's looking for a free kick, and the Blues go straight to the boundary line.
Well, umpire was close on hand there. Looks like Hayden Kennedy, is it?
Yep. Well, let's have a look at it here.
Well, no,
yeah.
not on.
No,
good umpiring. Good umpiring.
Porter, Rawlings, Grant, look away. Pickett, does it go far enough? Blakey, back to Pickett. Good handball, went inboard. Stevens got it to Colbert. Bit of confidence from Colbert. Sidestep, that was just touched. Back in. Came from Watt. Colbert loads it up. Burton. Oh, Burton. Big spider. They couldn't find it, the Blue defenders. They were looking for it, weren't they?
No, the Carlton defenders have been very disappointing. And there you see Christo takes his eyes off the footy. And as soon as you do that, you're out of the contest. He's just honest, Big Spider. Eyes on the footy, 2 bites at the cherry, but he didn't get offline.
Good thing about him, while the Kangaroos have increased their output over the last month or so, Spider Burton's been probably best value in terms of players who've excelled from what they've got to offer.
He's kicked it.
Well, one of them anyway.
So they keep this big lead before half-time. 6 goals again.
And we see Lee Colbert, just his confidence up there. The kick gets smothered. He follows up, takes the handball receive, and then drives it long. Good old-fashioned footy to the goal square. And Spider was the one who kept his eyes on the ball.
.36 margin. Freeborn and Camperreale, the only players for the Blues with 10 possessions in the opening half.
Byron Pickett goes in early again. Charge of the Light Brigade off the Kangaroos half-forward line.
Kangas have got half a dozen players with at least 10 posies. McKay, good kick off the boot. That's his strength, isn't it? Be able to take a mark in the front.
Yeah, and one of the main players in the Carlton engine room, Brett Ratton, only had 7 possessions. He's playing on Anthony Stevens, so he's been well held. But Hickmott gets in front, he's got strength overhead, averaging 7 marks a game.
He is a good kick, but this will stretch him, I think, in terms of distance. He's at 50. Gets the hook. Nice looking kick. Great looking kick. I think it was touched right on the line. Gee, it nearly travelled the distance. It was a great kick from where he was.
And David King to do the kicking in. So anything could happen here. He could play on, he could go a short pass, he could kick a torpedo. Carlton have set up a zone defence. Most of the Kangaroos are in the central corridor.
Yeah, it's narrow, isn't it? They're going to concede it out wide. Kingy might tap it on the foot and try and play on, as he does. Get a bit of extra out wide.
He's able to get it almost to centre wing. Good fly by Watt.
Out of sorts, the Blues, aren't they?
Yeah.
Steve Silvani there didn't even get near it.
So the kick to centre wing. And
Brady
the ball
Rollins, is it, on the bottom of the pack? Yeah, that's an old front and centre. It's just classic front and centre there, half-time.
Well, what a surprise here. The Kangaroos are 6 goals in front, or the best part of 6 goals in front of half-time. 35 points. And they're going to be so hard to catch. Jeff Geeshan will be our guest at half-time, but before that, it'll be Woolsey and Dermott to have a look and to see how the Kangaroos have set up this big lead. Don't go away, back with more after this.
The Carlton, and that's a change from what happened in the first half. And Ratton has actually gone into the forward line. They've got Cooter at full forward and Mansfield on a half-forward flank. So they've really made quite a few changes. Lance Whitnell starting on a wing.
So Cooter to full forward and Whitnell on a wing. That's interesting in his 100th match. Did that happen to you when you played your 100th, Woolsey?
No, Bruce, I couldn't run that far out from goal.
Beaumont.
There he is.
Who had a quiet first half. Whitnell, who breaks Robert Woolsey's record tonight, youngest player to play 100 for the Blues. Mansfield was handy, wasn't he, in that second term?
Gave them a little bit of a change-up across half-forward, didn't he? He was trying to get this man one out, and that's where they'll go.
Cooter and Colbert. Gee, Archer crashes across. Handball by Harvey. Didn't quite get its target. Simpson's kick off the ground. It doesn't get it out of the danger zone. Ratton's handball instinctively. Houlihan kicks to the front of the square. Mansfield. Gee, he's having a bit of a game.
Well, a few of the changes, I know it's only a minute into this third term, but a few of the changes have worked because Whitnell's had a touch playing on that wing. Mansfield's had a couple of touches playing at half forward. It was Ratton who got the handball to Houlihan. So they're all positive things for Carlton. They desperately need to kick the first 3 goals of this third term.
And you have to talk about the hands of Ratton. Were just too quick for Houlihan. He didn't expect Ratton to give it to him. He was too quick for his own teammate.
Pretty good kick by Houlihan to centre it to the goal square on his left boot.
Yep.
Going for a second goal here, Mansfield. Got it. So Mansfield second. The margin reduced. Back to 29 points.
Well, Michael Mansfield has looked more dangerous because he is a half-forward player in this match who has run towards goal. We saw him kick that first goal. He's running towards goal. And on this occasion, he's kicked towards Cooter, followed on, run to the goal square, and it's the running with the direction of his team's play that's hurt the opposition.
Interchange for the Kangas, Rawling, Sinclair, Jones and Watt.
And Harvey's just come off there, Bruce, and Corey Jones is on now.
Mansfield on Mickey Martin.
Grant got it from Burton.
And there they are there. Mansfield's taking him for a merry dance. He'll run Mick all over the ground.
Kick out wide to Beaumont, so another touch for Beaumont.
Well, that's where they want him, up around the wing, half back where he can use it.
That was Jones, almost getting a finger on it. And then Simpson blazes a bit. He gets some distance. Silvani has to wait. Clever Beaumont. Well done, Christou, using one another. May cough it up. Simpson's got it. Porter in late.
Got them inboard if he goes there.
Not a good kick off the boot. And the Blues with all the numbers here. McKay, Blakey underneath it. He's got it. What a first quarter in particular he played.
Well, he stands firm, doesn't he? Brave player. That's his 13th handball for the game.
Goes to Stevens. He has to touch it on the ground and then goes to Martin. So Blakey, Stevens, Martin. I've said that a few times over the years, those three blokes. A wobbly old kick to about 40 metres. Beaumont traps it in.
He's pulled it in.
Gone.
He has pulled it in.
Gone.
That's a good decision by the umpire. He actually reached out to pull the ball in.
And how many times have we seen players do that tonight and get penalised? So that's just not smart football. You pull it in underneath your body like that, that is in possession of the footy.
They did penalise him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Jeff, for a second then I thought he meant he was a ball up. Yeah.
Corey Jones to take the kick.
Well, again, an important one, because Carlton came out, kicked that first goal through Mansfield. If they can answer this, the ruse, it will really just maintain the lead that they had at half-time. This is an important kick.
About 48 metres out.
Kicks it well.
Might have just hooked for a behind. The last time they played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground was in round 1. The Kangaroos, they had 3 first-game players. None of them have survived to here in terms of the first team, but Jones is the rookie that's playing for them tonight. G. McKay from Camporelli.
Well, Pickett made him earn it. That's good.
The umpire won't be sucked in by that. Good umpire.
Carlton have got Cooter inside their forward 50. The only player there, Colbert, his opponent. Whitnell playing up around the midfield.
Probably should have taken the mark. Houlihan quickly onto it. Good kick to Beaumont along the line.
Well, it gets Beaumont into the play, Bruce. He was just starved of opportunity in the first half.
Had 4 kicks in the first half. He's had 3 kicks in 5 minutes here. Koutafidis, Hickmott, Camporelli, Hickmott. They're on top of him. Ball comes out. Ball up.
Gee, Archer's played a game. Like his first contest at the start of this third quarter when he crashed back into Cooter was absolutely first rate. Not only did he hit him, he was the first one up on his feet.
So Burton and Porter. Porter's had little influence. Burton back into the hole. Free kick is it. So the Blues are starting to mount a challenge, I feel, here.
They've got better matchups, Bruce.
Freeborn to Houlihan versus King. It's a behind.
They've just got matchups that are working for them better. As you pointed out, Wolsey, they've got Beaumont up around the half-back line now. He can give them run there. Lance Whitnell's found a bit of it. Mansfield settled in the second quarter. He's been damaging at the first 5 minutes of this third quarter, running off the half-forward line.
The player who they need to lift is Koutafidis. I know that we expect a lot from him, but he's only had 5 touches to this stage of the game.
McKernan and Burton were the targets. Silvani was good enough to make a real contest. Beaumont, Koutafidis, Silvani, 50 metres out. All Kangas back there.
He's copped one there, Sos.
Is he all right, Silvani?
Yeah, I think Rod just got a flick in the eye or something as he kicked it.
Good kick by Archer to McCartney. Silvani's on his feet.
And the Roos have got 2 big fellas up in their forward 50, Corey McKernan and Sav.
Got their jump on this.
Yeah, and that was a good go at the ball, Derm. He had his eyes on it and he attacked it. He leapt off the ground. He's coming back into form.
So Rocker now his target. 4 Blues around the pack. Whitnell, Pickett gets rid of him, but the ball comes to McKay. McKay, difficult ball to mark. Mickey Martin and Silvani, they were at it early tonight, weren't they? Look at Mickey crash through. Lovely little handball to Cochrane. To McCartney, sweeps it. McKernan. What's Pickett? Well done, McKay. Still in. Pickett, can he make something of it? It's Blues everywhere here. Where are all the Kangas for the moment? Whitnell stops and props. Shocking kick off the boot. Did he want Ratton? Comes away from him with Stevens. Mansfield to Hickmott. Pushed off it. Lang versus Beaumont. Martin still with Mickey. Pushing forward. Hip and shoulder came from Stevens. Back to Hickmott. Slaps it out to Houlihan. Houlihan's kick Cotton underneath it. Takes the mark.
This is where they're falling down, Carlton, across half forward.
McLaren wide, Blakey to go with Hume, but they had an extra man, and that was Clayton. Hume got rid of him. Gee, Hume's done a job here. Gets it to Whitnell. Can he get it to Lappin? It's now with Lappin. Takes a couple on. Freeborn's gone round all on his own. He decides to go to Koutafidis. Gone, no. Ratton will kick a goal. He's got it.
Great play by Ratton.
What about Darren Hume at centre wing?
Well, Hume beat 2 players. It was Whitnell who sagged off it. That could be the sort of play that just gets Carlton up. You'll see little Hume against the odds. Didn't go to ground, got up, got the handball out, quick kick by Lance Whitnell up to the half-forward line. I think it's slapping there. We thought Freeborn should have passed the ball to Ratton. He went long to the goal square. Cooter gave the contest. Ratton ran forward, was able to kick the goal.
So Ratton having an influence. They're coming back, the Blues.
And every Carlton player went to Hume there and said, well done, and that was well done.
Ratton in the forward line has set up their 2 goals.
Silvani's still looking a bit groggy, isn't he?
He is, very.
McKay gets it from Houlihan. Wide to Koutafidis and Colbert. You just wonder also how many tricks the Kangaroos have got up their sleeve. They played a big hand. There's Silvani. 300th game in 2 weeks, all going well against Richmond. They played a big hand, the Kangaroos, in the first half, didn't they? Have they got another trick to match the Blues if they come at them?
Well, they're going to run a bit shy in the middle. I don't know if Big Spider Burton can run the whole night in there. You just feel that Porter's been conserving a bit of energy and will finish very strongly on him. He's done a great job though, Spider.
I guess the point I'm making, what move can Dennis Pagan make to change the game?
They've shot those arrows, I reckon, and they've just got to play steady, straight footy from here.
Still they lead by 4 goals. No need to panic. McKernan's kicking to the centre. Belted away. Whitnell's been important here. Hands and knees, Jones. Look away, handball, okay. To Lang. Well, that's not a bet. He had nowhere to go, but he had to do better than that, I think.
Maybe the Kangas put Corey McKernan into the ruck. Just give him 15 minutes. Give Spider a spell.
They've got the run now, the Blues. They're running through the midfield.
Beaumont creating so much now. Houlihan's wobbly one. Blakey courageously. Almost human. Koutafidis. The ball comes out. Hume to Lappin. Lappin pushing forward. Stevens last man standing. Archer's little give to Simpson. Gee, have Carlton turned up the heat here on the Kangaroos. They're letting him have it here. McLaren to Stevens. Run down. Got a kick away. Hume is really playing the quarter. Belted forward by Beaumont. Boundary throw in. Carlton are really coming at them now.
And I think Lance Whitnell's enjoying his run across the wing. He's on McCartney, and instead of McCartney just attacking the ball going straight ahead, now he's got McCartney going around in circles.
Kangas have got to weather the storm here. Whitnell had a second crack at it. Freeborn to Bradley. Bradley found a bit of space. Big kick to Silvani. Little push. No free kick. Has Stevens got the leg speed? Well, he went to the line and found it.
And Camporeale saying, well, what about deliberately out of bounds? And don't worry, Camp, I'll give the umpire a mouthful.
Silvani's a bit out of sorts here. Any dry day, he'd have gobbled that up. He followed McKernan, who once again ran under the ball in a hot situation. Admittedly, the ball was a bit wobbly, but he would have gobbled that up on a dry day.
No one really going for it. Archer couldn't find it either. Camporeale and Hickmott over the top. Then Stevens, Archer to Grant. Carlton are matching Kangaroos' hardness here, aren't they? They're so hard at it. Beaumont, Lappin. He's been disappointing in the way he sprayed a couple tonight.
Disappointing kick that. He had Silvani in the goal square. Even if you just pop it up to give them a chance, one out, Silvani and his opponent.
Gee, shocking kick, McKernan. Freeborn doesn't take the mark. Gives King a second crack.
That's a skill error by Freeborn. That's a straight out drop.
Blakey, still Blakey. Away to half forward. They need to mark the Kangaroos. Gee, Sats nearly done it. The ball comes to ground. First touch, I think, was with Manson, to be honest. Comes out towards centre wing. Rolling, not out yet. McLaren, cleverly done. No, he did go to ground. Rawlings, Christou. Ball up. Yes, good decision.
I reckon the paint would have been peeling off the walls inside the Carlton rooms at half-time, because they've come out every bit as committed as the Kangaroos were in the first half. Have a look at this.
Yeah, well, these two have been at each other all night, and the reason for that is that Camporeale is lowering his colours. Shannon Grant, 16 possessions to this stage of the game. Camporeale, 10 or 11.
Have a look at this bounce down, and Mansfield's got Mick Martin at the ball there once again, and he's just running Mick around in circles at the moment.
Well, that's been a theory for many a year, Dermot, to run Mick around because you reckon Mick will blow up, but I've never seen him blow up. I've seen him go red.
You've seen him get wild, you've never seen him out of breath. Porter, Christou, Hickmott, Ratton at the fall of it. Koutafidis again, well done McKernan.
Sauce. And well done by Colbert to get in the way of Cooter. We've seen Archer do. They are playing for each other, the Kangaroos, sacrificing their bodies for each other.
So we can see behind Corey McKernan.
Fettingham has the staggers here, Steve Silvani.
Freeborn looked a high tackle, to be truthful, from Jones. Not paid. McKay tries to get it out. Houlihan, Jones brings him to ground. Houlihan, he's in trouble. Ball up.
Well, the crowd are loving it, aren't they? Plenty of boos and hoots, really intensified in this third term. I agree with you, Derm. I reckon Steve Silvani's really struggling, and I think Koutafidis is struggling to be able to run the game out as well. That's why they've kept him up in the goal square. I don't think Kouta's got much run in him.
So Burton and Porter. Burton just won it. Now Silvani to Bradley. Burton got a finger on it. Freeborn. Bradley wants a free kick, not coming. Rawlings, well done. Very well done. To McKernan. Keeps his eye on it. Back to Rawlings. Rawlings squares it up a bit. Pickett from the side. Silvani. Still Silvani. Finds it eventually. Pickett puts a tackle on him. Wobbles at the centre wing. Clever Mark McKernan. You just feel as if this is the Kangaroos crunch game. We saw the Bulldogs 2 weeks ago. They have to win this to have a chance this year.
Well, they do, and that kick just fell a couple of metres short. McCartney was in the box seat, and Whitnell was able to get back there, put his body on line, and earn that free kick. Whitnell's having a very good third term.
Mansfield in space off Mick Martin.
And goes long to Kuta. Cole gets a chance though. Koutafidis was brilliant actually to get a hand on it. Lappin's handball. Koutafidis brilliantly done. Camporelli goal. Magical football.
Well, Kuta got the acceptance of her off the ground. He kept it in one hand, didn't secure it with the second hand, but just gave the straightaway handball through the opening. Watch this. He goes to ground, gets up, good recovery here. Ball gets through. Watch Kuta. There you go. That's a little give there, and a legitimate handball. What did Maxwell Smart say? The hand is quicker than the eye.
Wolsey, you said they had to kick the first 3 goals. They've got them.
Yes, they've certainly served the game back up to the Kangaroos, and the moves of Wayne Britton have paid off. Certainly Mansfield across half forward, Whitnell on the wing, Ratton to half forward, all been very good.
King in the centre now.
Now the Kangas need a goal, even though they're 3 in front. McCartney got it from Pickett. Bounce of the ball, well played by Rocker. McKernan, oh, he needed the break to go the other way.
Gee, that was good play by Sav Rocker. He just, with a flick of the wrist, he was able to put it to his teammate, and it should have been finished off with a goal.
Let's have a look at this Silvani, where he hits the ground here. Bang, on the back of the head. That's taken the steam out of him.
Ball out to the centre. Half-back area, now to the wing. Beaumont and Grant, boundary throw-in. It's been a great battle, but there's simply been a great battle between Grant and Camporelli. That goal of Camporelli really helps, doesn't it?
Just have a look at the flick over the back there by Sav to Corey. That was just wonderful football, good thinking.
Sav again. That's almost as good. The Rawlings are behind.
She's got some pace, Brody Rawlings, for a 6'3" type player.
He's done all right tonight off the interchange. He played the first 4 matches of the year and played last week. Missed 3 in the middle.
Gee, 3 Carlton players out here in the pocket. Beaumont will take the mark.
So the Kangas haven't had a goal for a while now. Franchino.
Well, that'll release Mick Mansfield somewhere up the field if Mick Martin's gone to the man on the mark.
Mansfield now, Dirk.
Hume kicks it to Mansfield. Grant holds him up. Mansfield. Koutafidis. Stevens quickly back. Again wants the line. Houlihan. He's a creative footballer, Houlihan. Keeps it in. Keeps it in. Wants Bradley. Gets in. Bradley just bangs at the centre half forward. He's hoping Whitnell will take it. Build it away from Burton. He's been an important player tonight. Martin will probably give a little one. He does. Harvey's been pretty quiet, I reckon. The kick to Cochrane. Cochrane slaps it over the back. Rocket took it okay. Beaumont's been good. Pushes back. Christou. They leave it for Porter. For Silvani. Breaks the tackle all right. Christou will give it to Bradley, you'd think, and the Blues will be away. Bradley could create here. Is it centre wing? Pickett coming! Doesn't quite get in. The kick, Stevens front spot. Houlihan dangerous. Brought down on the tackle.
Oh, that's a tough call. That's a tough call by the umpire. You mentioned Brent Harvey, Bruce. He's only had 7 possessions. Now he takes that with the one hand. Good tackle to pull him with the one arm.
I think it was a good decision, Dermot.
I reckon it's tough on the kid, but them is the rules.
Yep.
If I can get any better English out than that.
Oh, gee, what a game.
It's a tough game, on.
What a great shot there was with a super slow-mo. That's a good tackle by Freeborn on Simpson. They're starting to win the 50-50s. Ratton just bangs at the full forward. McCartney belts it away. An important ball. Can Bradley get hold of it? Houlihan, G's been lively. The kick off the ground coming from McLaren into the centre. Well done, Grant. Squeezing it out. Good bounce. McKernan. What a goal this will be if he can kick it. Just misses.
And McKernan's hobbling enough for that kick there. Keep an eye on him, boys.
He's had 11 kicks tonight, Dipper. That's 11 more than he had the last time we saw him play on Friday night footy.
Well, we've got the two of the best tackling clubs in the competition. Kangaroos number 1, Carlton number 3 as far as tackles go this season. And in these conditions and in a tight game, we're seeing some terrific tackles put on.
Well, Mountain had the ball at full back. He put it on the ground. Christou ran down, so time should be up for a kick now. Straight up the middle.
To Mansfield.
And Mick was out protecting off the flank.
It's a good spot up, wasn't it?
Yeah, very good.
Beaumont running hard for him. Koutafidis. Free kick to Beaumont, I think. It's just happening for the Blues now, isn't it?
Yeah, they haven't got any hide up forward, the Blues. So Beaumont, he's waiting for the lead. Finally, Hickmott runs back towards the goal square.
It was an open forward line a moment ago. It's
Porter's your man.
Yeah, poor kick.
Not a good kick.
Might work.
And out of play.
The only advantage about a mongrel kick going into your forward line is that it could go to anyone.
Yeah, and it drops forward. And if you want to find out how many turnovers there is in the game tonight, Wolsey, click on to i7sport.com.au and get all your information.
Porter and Burton. Porter lays it down. Camporelli. He's got it.
But again,
Two goals to Camporelli.
And Bruce, the boundary throw-in, Porter was the one who set that up. He's got a big mouth, Scott Camporelli, no doubt about that. And he let Shannon Grant know after he kicked the goal.
Gee, they're closing Camporelli with 2 goals. What happened after the goal?
Well, after he kicked the goal, Scott Camporelli came back at Shannon Grant and said, how about that? That's the second that I've kicked for this quarter. I'm starting to put it all over you. And, of course, the teammates came in to defend their own player. But Porter's ruck work at that boundary throw-in was first rate. That was the bit of play that set it up.
Mick Martin off there, boys.
So 4 goals to nothing here, and again a free kick in the centre.
Mick Martin off because he's been given the runaround by Mansfield in this third quarter.
we can get a long kick here. Cooter's got a 1 out before they team back on him and double team him.
He's gone for a 2, Dermot.
Yeah, they've got back.
But it's come to the back. Hickmott, he's kept his feet off the ground. Just couldn't get any leverage on it, and Stevens concedes.
Well, they're on the ropes here, the Kangaroos.
There's Mickey Martin sitting it out 9-7-7. Wolsey, my first feeling about Blakey a moment ago was to get back and stop Shannon Grant for giving away another free kick to Camporelli. I reckon he just wanted to get in between them so Camporelli didn't get another shot for goal.
Yes, yeah, he's just got to settle down a bit now, Shannon Grant. Look, it's a new role. He's done it very well for the first half, but he's on one of the best runners in the competition.
Well, he really wants to play on 2 men close to the goal square, and he still plays on David King.
Koutafidis marks Burton, gives it to Christou. Christou loads it up with a high one.
Lappin's got to go.
And he does, and almost takes a beauty. Ball comes to ground. Mansfield hard at it.
They are revelling in this intensity turn up here, the Carlton Blues. Watch Lappins fly over the back here. Oh, so close. He held it long enough in slow motion.
Beaumont's had 10 touches, 10 possessions, Beaumont, this quarter off half-back.
Yeah, well, he's come back into the play. I think Dennis Pagan should get Beaumont's opponent just to go straight to the goal square. Got to get Beaumont out of the action.
Stevens, here he is. He threw it away and he's pinged. Kangaroos desperate for a late goal here. McLaren, Cochrane, might come off. Harvey, if he gets the bounce, to take Christou on, he didn't get the bounce. Hitmont off for Favola.
And Adam Simpson looks back to the bench when Favola runs on and says, he's too big for me to take. Let's have a look at the free kicks, 5 to 6, pretty even. Kangaroos way in the second quarter, all locked up, 4 apiece in this third quarter.
Porter getting on top to Ratton, to Beaumont, so that's an 11th possession. Blakey.
Beaumont's opponent is Stuart Cochrane. Now Cochrane, he just should get well and truly out of the way and take Beaumont with him.
Cochrane's only had the 4 posies for the match.
Got to recognise for a kid like that, his best asset is his running game, Cochrane, but you've got to recognise sometimes you've got to sacrifice your best asset.
Stevens a bit up and under. Cochrane's 4 posies for this term, I should say. Whitnell short, not a great kick, but Freeborn was strong enough to hold his place there against Stevens.
Cooter.
Got underneath it, Hume read it beautifully. He's got Favola. It's a great kick to Favola. He'll go on, go for goal, and the Blues are within 1 kick. They've kicked 5 unanswered goals. Gee, they've got there in a hurry now, haven't they?
Well, their confidence is up. They're hitting targets with their short passes. They're starting to get some handball into their game. Beaumont at half-back has been in terrific form. This little fella, Doom, isn't he a good player?
Yeah, he has fed him start tonight, and his disposal's been as good as I've seen him ever in league footy.
And Brendan Favola kicking that goal, it'll do his confidence the world of good. He absolutely got taken to the cleaners in the first half by Glenn Archer. Been on the bench for a fair while, just came on and kicked that goal.
Blues could be in front by 3/4 time, remarkably here.
Darren Hume's getting the all-important hard ball gathers and gets out wide in the middle of the packs, and he's creatively putting the ball into space. Now, Blakey had it all over him in the first half, played well wide of each other, one in the back line and one went up into the middle, being Hume, but he's had much more of a say in the game in this third quarter.
Christou, Martin, did well against Favola.
And this bloke.
Beaumont again. Koutafidis and Colbert. Koutafidis and Colbert. Getting back David King to Archer. Cleverly done. Needs an accurate kick, and he found it. That was a good kick to Clayton.
Maybe the Kangaroos put Archer forward. He's having a terrific night. He's been taken out of the play this quarter by Lappin, who's just running him wide. Maybe they put Archer across half forward, give them a target there.
No movement as we look down the ground behind. Just going to chip it in short. That's all right. Break it up. Man can kick over the zone here if he gets a run on.
It's Joe McLaren we're talking about. Gets it to about 60 metres. Good Mark Burton.
Third contested mark for Spider tonight. He has been great value.
Just a bit too far out, you'd think.
So he just pops it up for a McKernan. Yes, he's got it.
Play on.
Well, he's played it on. I thought he had it all, to be truthful.
Well, the Carlton player stopped as well.
Touched where?
Well, Corey said, have a look at the screen up.
Very definite though, the umpire, as I might have been touched further up the Lance Whitnell putting body on.
Gee, that's a mark.
You know what? I don't reckon anybody else touched it there. Whether Spider Burton's kick was touched off the hand of the man on the mark.
Well, it's doubtful because you reckon the players would have heard the touch play on. And that wasn't the way they went for that mark. But anyway, Christou, boundary thrown.
Was definite though, the umpire.
It was a mark.
Yep. In that pack it was, yeah, for sure.
And Mickey Martin back on.
Favola.
And Favola's taken him up to the wing.
I reckon if you're not going to play a mark like that, Dermot, you need a good excuse, and the umpire came up with one. He was definite, but whether he was accurate is another thing.
He had conviction.
Simpson to Bradley only. Bradley, just little kick. I reckon Freeborn will get it.
He's got Lance Whitnell now. He's come to the other wing.
Favola keeps it in. Stevens will have to go really hard, which he loves doing. Not really crunch. Cooter.
The numbers, the Blues.
Ratton. He's got a couple over the back. If he can get it to them, he's found his target, I think. Favola and Beaumont. What a goal! Is it? He's at the post, I think. On the siren. He's at the post. Well, a goal there would have capped off a brilliant individual effort in that quarter by Beaumont. But the Blues have come steaming home here. and they've set up what should be a fantastic last quarter.
And Bruce, Carlton's last quarters have been pretty good this year.
I'll tell you what, after the break, if you're a Kangaroo fan, you're going to just find out how good the Blues' last quarters have been. Well, we look like having a terrific final term here. It could be a classic. It's 9-7 to 8-8. We've had a few over the years here on 7. The Kangas 3-6 with no percentage. It's going to be almost impossible for them to make the finals.
Well, you'd think that they could only afford to drop 3 more games between now and round 22 to make the finals.
Bowman on his own at the start of the last quarter.
And King playing at halfback on Ratton. Ratton terrific in the third term.
Sinclair trying to get Beaumont back. Whitnell takes it from Bradley, goes for goal, off the side, not going to make it. Out of bounds on the fall.
Gee, that was an ungainly ball drop, the way he let the ball down onto the boot there. Very ugly. That's a real let-off.
Corey McKernan at centre half forward for the Kangaroos. Steve Silvani, his opponent. Big Sab out at half forward as well. Clayton at full forward with Sinclair. So they've got little blokes on the full forward line.
Gee, that's a dangerous ploy, having Beaumont roaming free at halfback now.
Burton banging towards the line.
See that there? 3 Carlton blokes all ready to rove closest to the ball. No stat, no possession out of that.
Just watching Beaumont. Carlton working very hard to keep him up at half back, and other Carlton players sacrificing to go back to the full back line on Beaumont's opponents.
Harvey needs a really big last quarter here. Rawlings versus Bradley. Rawlings did pretty well. Freeborn's been a good player all night. Archer can't quite get to him. Rawlings can. With a kick, can Ratton take the mark? No. Back to Harvey. Runs into King. Out of play.
Durham, what about David King, who's, I think, a sensational player? Maybe get King to half forward or wing. I don't think you need him in the back 50. I know Ratton's in good form, but they've got to win the game, the Kangas.
They do. He can't run out. I don't reckon he can run out of fourth quarter in the heat action part, but definitely they need to have a chance of winning it by the 15-minute mark of this quarter. He needs to be there.
Grant gets it to Pickett. Back to Simpson. Didn't panic, but he found it hard to get rid of the footy. It comes back to Lappin. The hook kick back to the front of the square. Koutafidis tries to lay it down. Archer couldn't find it. Then gets it back to Clayton. Clayton's handball okay to McCartney. To Blakey. McLaren running for him. Blakey hasn't got it away. Back to McCartney. Good kick. They were steady there. McLaren, he stretched to McCartney then. McCartney's kick along the line. Rocker. Boundary throw-in. So where do the Kangaroos get their goals from in this last quarter?
So, well, they'd have to start finding that short possession through the midfield again and getting it to a place where they can at least pump the ball deep into the inside 25 metres from goal.
Jones's little kick. McKernan didn't do very well, and Silvani just strolls away. McCartney couldn't take the mark. Camporelli and Grant boundary throw.
Pretty poor effort by Corey then.
Well, McKernan has played pretty well tonight and needs a huge last quarter here. Massey, Hickmott, Hot and during the interchange.
Well, if Corey's given so far, he's going to need to give more for the Kangaroos to win here.
Colbert went with Koutafidis. Simpson blazes away. Burton's been pretty good. It ricochets away from Jones. Hume's been terrific. Handball back okay to Manton. Manton's got a couple here. Whitnell's about 53 from home. Stops and props and goes very, very short to Houlihan. He's a good kick, Houlihan. Not beyond him, I reckon.
Yes. I reckon it's a better kick on the run, boys. I don't think it's a very good standing still type of kick. We'll see where he goes. The distance, that is.
Yeah, I think he's trying to just bide his time, wait for a player to lead into a bit of space, but they're pretty well covered, the Blues.
Well, he doesn't fancy himself. Gives it to Camporelli, who's probably a couple of metres too far out. Blues have not been in front since the 9-minute mark of the opening term. They trail by 5 points at the moment.
Well, they definitely wouldn't want to go flat in the first 10 minutes here without kicking a goal.
So Blakey to Harvey to Grant. Been a long time since Kangaroos kicked a goal.
They need to just possess the ball here, make sure it's accurate possession.
Have a look at the Kangaroos goal spread. Absolutely nobody there from the 50-metre mark.
Just about 36 players in one half of the ground.
It's as if they're trying to absorb it all, the Kangaroos, isn't it? And get one on the counter punch. Archer's kick to the centre. Could this be it? McLaren almost had to go backwards. Now the kick's got a bit on it. It's got a lot on it. Whitnell's getting back. He hasn't got it quite yet. Oh, he teased us a bit, didn't he, Lance? Kicks it to Hume. So Hume's got the paddock now. Kick in, Mansfield couldn't quite take it, but Bradley was okay from Mansfield. Nice kick into the centre. Houlihan's been an important player. Runs on, has it smothered. Kangaroos have got the numbers. They need something clean. McCartney to centre half forward. Oh, they all flew too early. Sav, big Sav, 45 metres out. It's a chance. It's a chance. Which way's it bouncing? It's a post.
I tell you what, that was a good stand-up ploy there by Clayton. He knew he was going to get some big pressure from behind. Shane Clayton just stood there and accepted the pressure, and at least the ball came to ground.
Kangaroos' last goal, 28-minute mark of the second quarter.
At the back, Archer and also Grant McKay back to Porter. Well played to Camporelli. Camporelli tucks it under his arm and goes for a bounce. What flair he's got as he kicks to Lappin at centre wing. And he uses Christou. Ooh, big up and high and not too far. Bradley and Rawlings. Rawlings taken out of it. Well done by the Kangas. Grant, Simpson onto the boot in a hurry. Can they find somebody? Clayton was calling for Pickett and he didn't really go for him. And then McKay goes straight into Pickett. And then Camporelli finds Bradley.
Only 3 possessions for Pickett since half-time. He really has to lift his work rate this last quarter.
Well, he just didn't get involved there, did he?
No.
Good kick, Franchina.
He waited for something to happen.
Mansfield on the burst. Pops it up. And into the waiting arms of this man who has turned the match, Beaumont.
And Carlton have desperately tried to keep Beaumont in the thick of the action. Beaumont's opponents have continually run back towards the Kangaroos' goal square. As that happens, a Carlton teammate says, I'll take him, you stay in the middle of the ground. Mansfield has had 8 marks in the second half, so in about 36 minutes of football, Mansfield's had 8 marks at half forward.
Beaumont to put the Blues in front. How appropriate, it was him. Well, he's gone from a journeyman to a real footballer in the last year and a half, this man.
Good kick there by Franchina.
Mansfield's playing the best game I reckon he's played for a few years, don't you?
Absolutely. He was a good player at Geelong, hasn't done a lot at Carlton.
All Australian at Geelong a couple of times, I reckon, Mansfield.
Mid-90s he was, yep.
But he's having the night of his life, I reckon, at the moment.
Simon Beaumont, 4 possessions to half-time, 14 since, and we've still got a lot of this last quarter to go.
Bradley gets it. When I say night of his life, I mean in the last few seasons he hasn't played as well as this for a long time. Archer to the line. So the Blues in front for the first time since that 9-minute mark of the opening term.
This is a Waterloo for the Kangaroos tonight. And I reckon you can see Glenn Archer's face there. And they know that if they go down tonight, this is just about all they can throw at an opposition. They're not going to win many of these big tight ones.
Stakes are so high for the Kangas here. Camporelli.
Beaumont in the forward 50, Bruce.
Franchina to Lappin. Gee, Kangaroos really hurt
McCartney
here.
McCartney's grabbed his knee there, boys, on his right knee.
He's in some real pain here. He gets himself up. Let's have a look.
Left knee.
He's hurt himself.
Left knee.
Yeah.
Left knee, sorry.
Yep. Watch it just buckle outwards.
G's been a good player for the Kangaroos since he came across from the Crows.
He won't go off either.
Blakey gets it. Just belts it away. Houlihan's in the box seat.
Beaumont's been able to drag his opponent, Jess Sinclair, into Carlton's forward 50 now. Beaumont on Sinclair is not a good matchup.
Christou.
Not a good matchup for the Kangaroos.
He can't chase Favola here, McCartney. Can't chase him. He's going to try and jump here. Well done, son. He can barely stand on that. He is as brave as they come. He's saying, I'm in real trouble here. Somebody take Favola when he runs out the back. He's a tough kid and he's turned into an absolutely... He's a star player these days, McCartney.
Porter lays it down. Archer slip. Hume running, taking Blakey on and kicking a goal.
Dusty!
It took 2 of the best on, Archer and Blakey.
He's been a little star tonight as well. He had a fantastic game of footy last week. Well, I reckon he's probably just about got the most hardball gets on the ground tonight. He's been fantastic, put his body in, and he reads this one exceptionally well, runs onto it, looks after Archer, and then just changes the angle on the run against Blakey.
Dipper, you might have a look at the Kangaroos interchange bench, because I reckon they need some runners on the ground. Their forward line is just too tall.
They've got Adam Lang and Sinclair and Brady Rawlings and McCartney on the bench there.
Yeah, Rawlings. If Rawlings is fit and able to run, I think they should get him on, because they're just top heavy in the front half at the moment.
So you've got a feel for... Well, there's the forward line of the Kangaroos.
Not wide open.
Not McCartney, sorry, Martin there, boys. Sorry, I was just looking at McCartney there.
Got a feel for McCartney now, don't you? He's really hurting and he's staying out there.
Well, they've got to find 2 goals here, the Kangas, and they haven't kicked a goal in the last half.
Yeah, we're just back on McCartney. You don't buckle your knee like that and it might be creating a whole lot of hurt.
Here it is.
Just see the knee. Oh, hyperextends, and that's going to be some trouble for him.
Porter, Grant, McKay, Freeborn, only as far as Blakey, kicks it long, at the back, there's a chance here with Jones. McKernan's going to have to take a big mark for them to win, you'd reckon. Manton's kick to centre wing, slapped over the line.
That was Mansfield again there, boys. Not only kicking goals tonight, he's also just saving them. Fantastic effort.
That was sensational, Dipper, that effort by Mansfield. He got up there for the spoil, and then at ground level was equally as desperate.
No question he's having his best match for the Blues here. Stevens.
Just accepts a little gain of 10 metres or so for the team.
Franchina still with Harvey. He's wrapped Harvey up tonight pretty well when he's been with him. Burton front spot, Port at the back, McLaren caught one in the eye. Well done, Rocker. Really well done. He's in trouble now. Gives it off okay to Blakey. Blakey's kicks a shocker. Absolute shocker.
Yeah, Carlton on the burst now.
Lappin it is. Pickett to try and run him down. He might be half a chance here, Byron. He's got to it. Well done. Well done. This is a big play. Harvey, good kick inboard to Watt. Watt loads it up. Shocking kick. Silvani. It's poor play.
That's 2 give-ups by foot.
To Manton. And Jones makes the contest out of play. The good thing for the Kangaroos that Carlton have got to them, they haven't put a space in them. Now, if they can get the next goal, it'll be a real arm wrestle, won't it?
The game is still alive, absolutely no doubt. Even though the Kangas haven't kicked a goal for a long while, they only need to get one. They're back in it.
Bradley, kick to 50. Pickett well done against Lappin. Archer had a great start to this match. Ratton with him. Archer may have to go to the line. He did well. He took a couple with him. Boundary throw in.
Took a hit as well.
Probably the best form he's been in this year, I reckon, Archer tonight.
Yep. 17 possessions.
10 possessions in the second half by Whitnell to this stage.
Burton, Jones and Bradley. Bradley fishing for it now, and then Simpson.
Bradley's lifted, Bruce. Since half-time, he's been in at all the centre bounces, and he's just been directing traffic, letting everyone know where to go. He did this last week. He played basically as a full forward against Brisbane, and in the second half went into the midfield, had 15 possessions.
He'll be 38 in October.
Wants to play next year too.
Only one 38-year-old played in the last 70 years in the AFL VFL, and that was Michael Tuck. So he's in rarefied air if he does it. Beaumont kicks forward. Or Pickett may have given a free kick away. No play on. Archer streaming out of defence. Burton the target. Stood his ground. Not paid.
No crummers.
McKay sweeps it to Camporelli. He's got on top of Grant in the second half. Squeezes the kick out to Bradley.
Just controlling play, aren't they? This fellow won't waste it.
20th possession, Bradley. Well, he actually did a bit well, to be honest.
Yep.
Got to get Sinclair back onto the ground up half forward. At least he locked it in the first half.
Now here's a real chance, Dermot. It gets to Harvey from McLaren. Now this is the important kick.
Severio's got a good matchup here. Andy McKay, as brave as he is totally outsized against Severio Rocker.
Goes short to McLaren. They still haven't got it to the right spot. Grant wants it over the back, Shannon Grant. McLaren's going to try and get it there. McKernan! No. Play on. Colbert can't break the tackle. Franchina's in there. Gets it out. The Blues, Mansfield look away. Handball terrific to Beaumont. Waiting for Lappin. Breaks the tackle. The Blues are away. Big high kick. Colbert, Koutafidis. Ball at the back. Colbert, he's done a terrific match. Kuta wraps him up. Ball up.
Well done there by Lee Colbert. He was really under the pump because he knew that Carlton had Ratton and Camporeale running in towards goal. Dermot, for the Kangaroos to win, it'll take something special from a Harvey or a King or a Shannon Grant to just take off with the footy, have 2 or 3 bounces and kick a goal that lifts the rest of the team because the spirits are low.
Camporeale, can he kick a third, second half goal? Just misses.
I can't put him away.
Well, missed by a lot in the end, I guess.
Kevin, I'm just looking at Burton at the moment. He's really just searching for those petrol tickets. He's worked so hard tonight. As you mentioned, maybe he might be struggling to finish this game off. He's been inspiring tonight, but hasn't he?
He's done well, Dipper. I just repeat myself. Carlton still haven't quite put the Kangas away. One goal makes a huge difference in this match, doesn't it?
Well, they get the next goal, the Kangas, anything can happen.
Simpson stopped and gone back, and he still had players on the break further up the field.
Burton.
Well done, Spider. He has been brave tonight, hasn't he? He's got nothing ahead. Hold it up now. Hold it up. Don't play on. Hold it up. Wait for somebody, and he does. Well done.
Just in short. So this is Shannon Watt.
Gee, big mark by Corey.
Let's see if McKernan can do it. Oh, Saf! Well, who better to have it? Who better to have it than the man who won the leading goal-kicking list at Collingwood on 7 occasions?
Well, you see Lance Whitnell there forcing Corey under the ball. He is actually Severio's opponent. Well, it's Glenn Manton, sorry, Wolsey, you're pointing to on the screen up in here.
Yeah, I think Manton has been Sav's opponent.
Haven't kicked a goal since the 28-minute mark of the second quarter, and yet if he kicks this, they are within 2 points. What a kick this is in the context of the season for the Kangaroos, and he's done it. That one goal we've been searching for, they have finally got.
Well, I reckon it seems like Severio's up forward, and Andy McKay seems to be running around near him when the ball's coming in. But then when the ball comes in on a long shot, it's almost like Lance Whitnell comes off his wing, and because he has the bigger body, releases McKay and goes for the long bomb outs.
Steve Silvani on Sav.
Kick 2, Rocker.
So they're chopping it around, aren't they? They're taking a few hits on him.
That's their first goal in 47 minutes of football, the Kangaroos. They've got to get another one to win. High tackle on Stevens.
Well, he went at it. He got his body over the footy. He hurt, but
goes wide. And good mark by Watt. Second possession in a minute. Plays on quickly. Bangs it up high. Burton maybe, or even McKernan. Porter had a lot of it, not paid. Goes back to Franchina. Back to Christou. Or back to Bradley. He'll be okay. There's no pressure to come on him. Freeborn short.
Has to go for the boundary.
Wants Hume wide. Runs away. I don't think it's too big an exaggeration to say that the next 7 minutes shapes the season for the Kangaroos.
Yes, absolutely. Just looking at Kuta. Kuta's been in that forward 50 for the entire second half.
43,624. Pretty good turn up.
Hume's the one to watch. He's taking it away. Goes to Bradley.
Bradley getting stronger as the match goes on. To Freeborn. Freeborn wide. Koutafidis and Colbert to Pickett. He takes Hickman on. You're looking for a man to take a bounce and a run, Woolsey.
This is it.
Go over the top.
It's a good kick to McLaren. It's a good kick, McLaren. He's got McKernan on. He doesn't go to him. Burton's outnumbered. Porter gets back and concedes. There's a 1 point the difference.
Well, that was Pickett had to lift, didn't he? Yeah. I mean, he had 3 possessions to about 5 minutes ago in the second half. He's found a little bit since then, giving them some run.
Just great to see it. That's what the Kangaroos need, someone to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and say, I'll show you how to do it. And we see him there. He arches the back. He has a bounce. He recovers it. He has another one. And then just a terrific kick to a teammate.
Oh, look at Manton's kick. It was okay in the end of Christou. Christou wide. Goals have been hard to get all night. Just 20 goals in this match. Anybody got a fancy right now with about 6 minutes to go?
So I just think that when Carlton move it forward, they seem a little bit more dangerous. I think Martin's still on the bench, run around in the second half by Mansfield in the midfield. Carlton seem more dangerous up forward than the Kangaroos on a regular basis.
Kangaroos starting to get in their forward line a bit more.
Yep.
Blakey from Simpson.
Don't bomb.
Big hook back. Jones and Whitnell, it eluded them. Harvey couldn't do it. Mansfield got an important touch to Franchina to Bradley. Simpson to cut him off. This is a huge play. Bradley's toe poke didn't go far. Koutafidis and Freeball. Wonderful tackle. Brilliant tackle. Archer puts one on now. Over the top to Beaumont to Whitnell.
Good pick, Dipper. He still has to kick this. It's a fair way out late in the game. He'll have to kick it every bit of 53, 54 metres.
Now, you don't want to be too overly critical, but if Lance Whitnell kicks this one and it spins quickly, the drop punt, it won't go the distance, and he's prone to doing that.
Dermot, big night for him. 100th game, mate. He knows what this kick means to him and the club, so I'm backing him here.
He hasn't got good flexibility. He has been sore during the week.
Kicks from 52. Good on you, Dipper. You're right again. It's a goal. It was low, but it was long, and it went all the way. I tell you what, he's got something to smile about in his 100th match. He hadn't had much until right then, but he has now.
And again, Bradley, the playmaker. Simon Beaumont short passing. That's a nightmare, but it came off that time.
It's a dream come true, Wolsey. What are you talking about?
Oh, dear. Just a very important centre bounce, this. Kangaroos desperately need to clear it quickly.
Cooter into the centre square.
Yep, and Colbert goes with him.
Clayton, Koutafidis to Beaumont, cut off. Good reflexes there by Harvey to centre half forward. McKernan, big fly. Where are the Crummers? They needed Harvey up there, not kicking it down there. Ratton gets it back. Bradley, good kick to Freeborn. Well, if it was an even money bet a minute ago, the odds are with the Blues now, aren't they? Blakey couldn't quite get to Hugh and Mark paid.
How do you stop a guy like Bradley? He's just been superb in the second half. What's he had, about 15 possessions or so?
Adam Simpson's now tagging him, Dipper, because he's just dominated play in the second half.
He's had 25 possessions for the match, Dipper, and most of them have come in the second half. One more goal finishes the match, you'd reckon. Ratton's kick to full forward. Whitnell nearly... It's a behind. One more goal would snuff it out. Now, Bradley in the second half has had 5 and 11. He's had 16 possessions.
16, yeah, and he started with 6 in the first quarter and 3 in the second. So 16 to 9. And he's got plenty more of this last quarter to go.
G. King, here's real trouble. Ratton, still with Ratton, slaps a handball, misses everybody. Sav's got it at centre wing. Lovely long low kick. McLaren running onto it. McKay with him. Boundary throw in. They can regroup now, the Kangas. They've got to get a goal from this forward attack, you would think.
Spider Burton will do the ruck work against Mark Porter. Both have done good jobs for their teams tonight.
Colbert seems to have matched Anthony Koutafidis for sheer body-on-body strength tonight. That's been a big feather in his cap.
Hume coming off the ground. McKernan back to Simpson. Simpson's, well, he's floated it underneath it, Houlihan.
Well, Carlton had the numbers back. Disappointing kick that. And here's Bradley again, the playmaker.
Houghton on the ground. Freeborn in short. Freeborn, I thought, had a terrific match. 22 possessions. He was good early.
Well, he's tough. That's why Wayne Britton plays him. He plays a few of the tough nuts like Freeborn, Franchina,
Hickmont.
And I guess Hume's in that category too, isn't he?
Yeah, and that's one of the things that's made Carlton a better team the last couple of years. It enables Bradley to go out of the action for half a game and then come back in and be able to do what he does so well, and that is read the play and set up.
Hume walking the boundary just to walk himself down, take his pace down. 17 possessions to him tonight.
Ratton, Bradley, oh clever, to Freeborn. Freeborn wheels around and kicks to centre half forward. Whitnall almost. Lappin, Pickett. Oh, fantastic tackle. Mansfield was it high, it was. Gee, Pickett didn't like it either, and I don't blame him. It was a tough tackle on him. Blakey, good kick to McCartney.
He's got to move it quickly now.
It's hard when you've got one crook leg.
He's been as brave as they come tonight, hasn't he?
Goes in short to Blakey. What a first quarter he played. To Pickett. Now can he get away from Mansfield? Can he draw Lappin to him?
He's got Colbert.
Third bounce. He goes over the top. Geez, a slow handball though. Back to Pickett. It's maybe a good setup. Pickett decides to go to Clayton. He's a runner, Clayton. He goes in ball. Sav missed it. It would have been a real chance. He gets back. He wobbles it to about 45. McLaren can kick a goal. Loads it up. Can Burton take a mark? It's a behind. It was a bit of a waste in the end, wasn't it?
What you needed was Severio to swing around, gather that ball in one take from 75, run to 65, and on the move, he would have got the distance.
McKay gets it from Camporelli. Freeborn is probably the target here. Stevens at the back.
It's good that Byron Pickett hasn't just been subdued in this last quarter as well. He's given them a little bit of hope out of the back line. He's run, he's blowing hard.
Rawlings to come on for Jones, I think. One last throw of the dice from Dennis. Franchina to Camporelli. 7-point game. It's been an 8-goal to 1 second half for the Blues. Hickmont to Ratton. Not a bad kick. Good mark.
Good player, Ratton. The in-close handball of Carlton around the ruck contest has been first rate in this last quarter. Radley, Ratton, Freeborn, Cavariari, they've just been hitting targets. Ratton's kick was just out in front of Lappin and made it very hard for Byron Pickett to get a spoil.
Well, ironically, the man who missed a golden opportunity in the first quarter to get the Blues going could seal it right here.
You just see that Byron had run himself into the ground going the other way, and that jump to spoil, he got about 3 inches off the ground on that, but you feel for the bloke because he did everything he could for the team going the other way.
So Lappin to win it, to close it out, and he's done it. I tell you what, it's a big win for Carlton, but it is a savage, devastating loss now for the Kangaroos.
Well, it's been a game of halves, hasn't it? You've got to give credit to Wayne Britton for making the changes that he did at half-time, because he made 4 or 5 positional changes that have all come off. Now, sure, you've got to give the coach credit, but you've got to give the players credit too, because there are a lot of them. Andy Marr told us when they win it at half-time, they were absolutely savage on each other, so they've come out with a real resolve.
Do you reckon they're going to enjoy Stephen Silvani's testimonial a bit better now than they would have?
Absolutely.
10-9 to 12-10. It's been all the Blues since half-time. Archer's been terrific. There have been some good signs for the Kangas, but they don't get the 4 points. McKernan.
Hasn't been dominant, but that's one good sign. Corey's found a bit of it.
Wide to Rocker.
He lets go, play on.
He's on his left.
Not that good there.
It's not a bad kick.
Not a bad effort.
But getting back, Whitnall.
He's done well, Lance, the second half.
How good has this man been, Beaumont, after half-time?
Turned the game. Beaumont came out from the... they dragged him to the goal square, and as you called, they got him out to centre half back after half-time. 13 possessions in the third quarter. That swung the game.
Stevens from Grant got out of trouble. Bangs to half-forward. McKernan and Silvani. Almost McKernan.
Punters are late.
And appropriately, Whitnall's going to have the last kick.
That hurts if you're a Kangaroo fan, and even more so if you're on the Kangaroo staff.
Well, they won 13 straight last year. They've won 3 in a row. They're in exactly the same spot they were this time last year, the Blues. It's a sort of win that builds a season.
Well, you picked it at three-quarter time, Bruce. Carlton's last quarter performances this season have been outstanding. They've been able to outscore the opposition by a lot, and they did it again tonight. Kangaroos able to kick only 1 goal in the second half.
Gee, Dennis coming down now. Stephen Silvani testimonial tomorrow night. Has there been a more popular player who's ever played for the club? I doubt it. And what a history they have. But for Dennis Pagan, I thought he coached brilliantly in the first half. But Wayne Britton able to match him in the second half. Lance Whitnall's broken Wolsey's record tonight, Tipper.
Yeah, thanks very much, Lance. Welcome to the 100 game club, and what a great game by the Blues tonight.
Yeah, it was. It was a game in 2 halves. We went too good in the first half, and a bit of a ribbing in the half time. So coming out and showed our true colours after that.
What was said at half time?
Just lift our pressure and accountability. Had too many blokes running free, so we tried to lift that a bit. It paid off.
You found the ball tonight in the back line here.
Yeah, I was up on the wing for a bit there. It was a bit different for me, so it was good just to get around a bit.
The MCG's been terrific for you guys. First to the Bombers and now the Kangaroos, and you won 3 on end now.
Yeah, just hope we can get on the roll. First we were looking for get 2 in a row. We didn't get that till last week, so now we hope we can get on the roll and keep going.
Good on you, mate. Well to see you play, and well done on 100 games. What more to go?
Thanks a lot.
Yes, just repeating it. 21 years, 275 days. He's the youngest player ever to get to 100 games at Carlton. There are the Kangas. He broke Robert Walls' record tonight with Lance Whitnall. So, plenty of joy for the victors. And Lance being cheered off. I tell you what, they'll be doing that to Stephen Silvani in a couple of weeks' time when he plays his 300th against Richmond. All going well for him. But it's Whitnall's night tonight. What a talent he is at 21 years of age. So much in front of him. Out of contract at the end of the year. I think they'll sign him up, don't you?
I think they might.
I think they've given away one good one too many over the last year.
What about the Kangas?
That really hurts because, they came out and they fired all their arrows in the first half, but they had to. That kind of thing where they played it short and tried to get a set up a lead. You can't come out at half-time and do that. The game's already in the trend.
I don't know, footy at the G. In the end, it was Carlton 12-10 to the Kangaroos 10-9.
Send us, we'll get